The victim was taken to hospital with minor injuries, no other details. Meanwhile, Fox 43 is reporting a former Chambersburg constable, Timothy Hefner, who was in jail for allegedly being involved with human trafficking, is now charged with allegedly sending fake news articles to someone in the Chambersburg community and telling them to distribute those articles to try and intimidate witnesses and victims in the case. Wow. Hefner is charged with over 700 offenses regarding sex trafficking in that first case. In other news, Tri-State Alert reporting a Waynesboro man was spotted asleep at the wheel at a red light at the intersection of North Grant and West Main in the borough. After they tapped on the window, tried to wake him up, Michael Stephen Johns did wake up, and he drove through that red light, led police on a slow-speed chase, hitting stop signs and bumping into a house and running into other things before he eventually stopped and was arrested and charged for, as you might have guessed it, DUI, fleeing and eluding, running a red light, and other offenses. And a Chambersburg woman who has been charged for retail theft in at least 5 different cases in Franklin County is finally behind bars. Brittany Rasheed Statler allegedly stole items from several stores in the Chambersburg area, totaling over $1,000. Then the last time she was being booked into Franklin County Prison, correction officers there say she was allegedly in possession of a black pipe and a lighter. That pipe turned out to be a crack cocaine pipe, which Statler admitted to possessing, and she was then charged with smuggling contraband into the Franklin County Prison, along with the previous charges for theft. Scott Douglas on 93.7 WRGG.
Epperle's Plumbing and Heating can provide all your plumbing needs, from a new water softener or water heater to fixing that leaking faucet. Large to small, Epperle's can do it all. Family owned and operated at the same location since 1945. Professional residential and commercial sales, service, and installation. There are 4 master plumbers and friendly staff do quality work at affordable prices. An appreciated supporter of community radio, WRGG, Epperle's Plumbing and Heating can be called at 717-597-7933. Remember, quality service leaves no regrets. Epperle's Plumbing and Heating, 9187 South Rabbit Road, Greencastle.
Join Pastor David Raleigh for humorous and insightful inspiration to biblical truths at 9:25 a.m. and 5:25 p.m. Monday through Friday. These moments of reflection are brought to you by the congregation of Otterbein United Brethren Church in Greencastle on WRGG.
WRGG weather.
Now the weather forecast for WRGG. For today, we will have cloudy skies. It will be breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe. Rain may be heavy at times, high around 69. Southeast winds at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy and breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe, low around 62. East winds at 13 to 23 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with rain and thunderstorms, high around 74. Wednesday night, cloudy with showers and scattered thunderstorms, low around 63. And Thursday, a chance of showers, high around 79. For WRGG, I'm Nowcast meteorologist Jim Vaughn.
Currently 64 degrees under rainy skies in downtown Greencastle. Humidity at 95%. Record high for today, 89 degrees back in 2014. It was 29 degrees in 1941 for the record low today. Average temps for today between 49 and 73. 5:57 in the a.m. That is what time the sun appeared. Looks like it tried to appear. 80, never mind. Where am I at here? 8:17 of the p.m. is when it will set tonight. 14 hours and 20 minutes of daylight. Again, temperature is sitting at 64 degrees at 93.7 WRGG on the web at WRGG.org. Good morning, everyone. Greg Hoover, Bill Gore, thanks for joining us here on a rainy Tuesday. What better way to spend a rainy Tuesday? And then, as we've always said, life is full of disappointments. Get yours out of the way first. Join us here on the morning show. You will be disappointed.
Exactly.
That's just how it works. It works out well just that way. And speaking of being disappointed,
world record.
A dancer in Cyprus may have broken a Guinness World.
Oh, yeah!
World record.
By balancing 468 wine glasses on his head while dancing. Now, I first of all must applaud this guy because I could never put 468 wine glasses on my head. Now, I've been accused by many people that I have a big head, which I tell them that, purposefully that it's big because it has all these brains in it. No one buys that line, Bill. I don't know why.
I buy it.
But without that being the case, I don't know that I could put 468 wine glasses on my head and then proceed to dance. Dinos Contis performed a traditional routine known as the Dance of the Glasses. That's appropriate. At an Easter Tuesday event, which involved an increasing number of trays of glass being placed on his head while now they're on trays. Now I know I can do it. Clantis managed to dance with 468 glasses on his head, potentially taking the Guinness
World Record
for the most wine glasses balanced on the head. The current record of 319 glasses was set by somebody back in 2023. Video and other evidence, in case you want it, from his performance must now be reviewed by Guinness
World Record
before becoming official. So there you are. You feel like dancing? Well, get some wine glasses put on your head. Tell me that hasn't been done before by many people that has drank a lot of wine. Hey, if we put these on our head, I think we can dance the night away. So we'll see how that works out for people around here, for anybody around here. So let me see here. Bill, I had this story, and I've been meaning to tell you, meaning to use this one. Oh, here it is. Remember the Fry Festival?
Yeah, oh yeah, the Fire Festival.
Fire Festival.
Yeah. It's spelled F-Y-R-E.
Yes.
And then they were announced there's going to be a second one.
Second one.
Yeah.
First one was a total bust.
Oh, of course, yes.
They got people there, but
Right.
they had no bands.
Oh,
no
no accommodations.
And no way to get home.
There were like tents on the beach. Oh, yeah, it was crazy.
Well, this infamous festival, founded by Billy McFarland and Ja Rule, is set to be reimagined as a music streaming service now.
Okay, I see.
Sean Reck, who co-founded the True Blue streaming service, aims to leverage the Fry's brand notoriety to create a user-driven platform for music discovery. Plan comes shortly after the second version of the festival, originally planned for Mexico, was indefinitely postponed. There's a shocker. Why would you buy something that had fire in it?
Right.
Yeah. The streaming service will operate on a subscription model, likely costing around $3.99 a month, and will include a fan-curated video-on-demand platform. The initial library will focus on pop and hip-hop, with plans to expand into other genres like heavy metal and spoken word. Heavy metal and spoken word. Those two things go together.
Yes.
It's like wine and cheese. They plan to expand into other, I did read that one, allowing subscribers to vote for featured artists. I would not give them access to my credit card to pull $3.99 out a month because I would not trust them in one iota or something like that. So the Fry Festival still trying to do what it hasn't done yet. I just don't understand why it continues to whatever the case may be. So that one, I did want to get that one out of the way because I thought that was an important one there for some reason. 69, that's the number of hours you need to watch every episode of Seinfeld without commercial. So if you got 69, that's not bad. If you not bad.
You don't do it all in one sitting.
I wonder who had that job.
Well, I guess you just have to figure it's 22
yeah,
minutes.
Yeah.
Figure how many episodes there are. Yep.
Yes. Here's one, Bill. 1 out of 5 people believe space aliens live among us disguised as humans.
Yes.
1 out of 5, 20%. That would explain Mike Bach a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, you mean explain his beliefs or explain
no,
Mike Bach?
Mike Bach.
Okay,
He's an alien living among us.
There's this whole idea about the reptilians.
Yes.
Being the most easily adaptable.
Right.
Because either they're chameleons or they can have like a skin graft, that sort of thing.
We've seen plenty of TV shows with them on, so they got to be true.
And there used to be a belief, kind of like, remember V was a miniseries and it was a TV show, and then they had like a wrap up with another miniseries.
Yeah.
And they were reptiles, but they had like skin over their reptilian appearance. So
right. Yes.
Human. Yeah.
Yes. I remember that. Matter of fact.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. 1 out of every 5 of us believe that to be true.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy. There's that many. Well, never mind.
There used to also be the belief that you could figure out which ones were aliens. Because the whole idea was they weren't just going to come here and be like me.
Yeah.
They were going to come here and they're going to infiltrate the highest echelons of society,
Oh, okay.
government, and business.
Sure, yes.
And all you had to do was, like, you had to use videotape.
And slow it down.
Slow it down and watch the eyes.
Right, yes, yes. Yeah. Well, that's strange now because there's very few videotapes out there.
Exactly,
So,
yes.
I don't know how you're going to do it.
I guess it works with DVD, too. I don't know.
I would imagine. I would imagine
Yeah.
so. Walgreens says it will close about 500 stores this year. So now you might have to go, 2 whole blocks before you can run into one in the cities anyway. They're all over the place.
Now, is that tied in with the previous one? Is like the CEO of Walgreens an alien?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, that's where that came from, as a matter of fact. Yes. Man in Serbia.
How many? 500 stores? How many do they have?
I don't know.
Man,
if they're shutting 500, they probably have enough. 503. Let the third one open. So
it'll be right next to that last Blockbuster.
Yeah, right next door. As a matter of fact, a man in Serbia was arrested after biting off part of his waiter's finger. Well, sometimes those appetizers just don't hit the spot. I guess I don't know.
Ow.
What happened there?
Those crazy
What happened
Serbians?
there? Yeah. Oh, my. Cities in Europe and China have built senior playgrounds for elderly
by the way,
people
he told
to
him
get gentle exercises.
He told the waiter to keep the tip.
Did you come up with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cities in Europe and China have built senior. It took you a little while. It was a delayed one on that one. I had gone on to the next story, but you come back. Well, that was good. For elderly people to get gentle exercise. Now, Grandpa, let Mr. Davis have a turn on the teeter-tot. That's what it'll be now. Greg, get off that one. You had your turn. According to a report, the number of death row prison inmates over the age of 60 is growing. The aging population is really changing prison life. The last big prison riot was over whether to schedule the big jailbreak before or after Antiques Roadshow. It's just really dominated that one.
Had to do with tapioca pudding. There weren't enough raisins in their tapioca.
That could be it, too.
Yeah.
A woman in the United Kingdom had her dog as a bridesmaid in her wedding. Now, not only will the canine bridesmaid catch the bouquet, but she'll bring it back to you and jump on and down until you throw it again. That's the problem with that one. She's going to catch the bouquet.
Doesn't surprise me.
Every time. I know, me neither. Me neither. It really doesn't. So, coming up at 7 o'clock, right after the news, Jason Kabler and Chris Palladino join us.
Yes, indeed.
It's our number 4 song, right? Number 4?
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
Number
we did
4.
5. I was here. I did discuss that one, yes. So we have those up and ready to go sooner than later, I would assume, and that's coming up in just a few minutes away. Weather for today, well, what you see is what you're going to get, I believe. For today, we'll have cloudy skies, breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of the storms may be severe. Rain may be heavy at times, high around 69 degrees. Southwest winds 14 to 24 miles per hour, so they'll be noticeable. Tonight, cloudy and breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe. Lows around 62. East winds 13 to 23 miles per hour. Wednesday going to be mostly cloudy with rain and thunderstorms, highs around 74. Wednesday night cloudy with showers and scattered thunderstorms, lows around 63. And Thursday, a chance of showers, highs around 79. Right now, it is 64 degrees, still raining in downtown Greencastle at 93.7 WRGG.
Birthday club, the birthday club. Everybody celebrates the birthday club on WRGG.
We're starting back in 1901 with the birth of Witold Pilecki, Polish army officer and resistance fighter. In 1940, he volunteered to be imprisoned at Auschwitz so he could gather information about the Holocaust and pass it on to the Western Allies. In 1943, he escaped, rejoined the Polish Home Army, and participated in the Warsaw Uprising. In 1948, he was executed by the communist authorities in Poland. 1914 saw the birth of Joe Louis, American professional boxer nicknamed the Brown Bomber, who competed from 1934 to 1951. He reigned as world heavyweight champion from 1937 until 1949, the longest reign as champion in the history of boxing, and victorious in 25 consecutive title defenses, a record for all weight classes. B. Arthur was born on this day in 1922 as Bernice Frankel, American actress and comedian known for the television shows All in the Family, Maude, and Golden Girls. She won the 1966 Tony Award for Best Featured Actress in a Musical for playing Vera Charles in Maine, a role she also performed in the film version. During World War II, she enlisted as one of the first members of the United States Marine Corps Women's Reserve. She served primarily as a truck driver, attaining the rank of Staff Sergeant. Herbert Ross, born on this day in 1927, American actor, choreographer, director, and producer, whose films include Goodbye, Mr. Chips, Play It Again, Sam, The Last of Sheila, Funny Lady, The Sunshine Boys, The 7% Solution, The Turning Point, The Goodbye Girl, California Suite, Footloose, The Secret of My Success, and Steel Magnolias. After his first wife, Nora, died, he married Lee Radziwill, the younger sister of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. 1941 saw the birth of Richie Valens, born Richard Stephen Valenzuela. American singer, songwriter, and guitarist, known for songs such as La Bamba, Donna, and Come On, Let's Go. On February 3, 1959, Valens died in a plane crash in Iowa, along with Buddy Holly, J.P. Richardson, and their pilot, Roger Peterson. In 2001, Valens was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mary Wells, born on this day in 1943, American singer and founding member of the Supremes. Her solo recordings include The One Who Really Loves You, Two Lovers, You Beat Me to the Punch, and My Guy, which was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1999. Smokey Robinson gave the eulogy at her funeral. Stevie Wonder, born on this day in 1950, is Stevland Hardaway Morris.
Wait, that's not his real name?
I know. Can you believe it? American singer, songwriter, musician, and record producer, known for songs such as Superstition, Uptight, Everything's All Right, and Fingertips, which was the #1 song when he was 13 years old.
I know, amazing.
Yes, indeed. Wonder has been inducted into the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Songwriters Hall of Fame.
And again,
yes, indeed. Yes.
Shaq does not believe he is blind.
Yes. 1966 on the birth of Darius Rucker.
And who's going to argue with Shaq?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
Right,
who's going to argue with that
yes,
big guy?
yes.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. I love that story.
Yeah.
1966 on the birth of Darius Rucker, American singer, musician, and songwriter. Her first came fame as the lead singer and rhythm guitarist for Hootie and the Blowfish. Members of the band met while they were students at the University of South Carolina. Their songs include Hold My Hand and Let Her Cry. Rucker's solo recordings include Don't Think I Don't Think About It, All Right, and a cover of Wagon Wheel. 1977 saw the birth of Samantha Morton, English actress and director known for films such as Emma, Jane Eyre, Sweet and Low Down, In America, Minority Report, Elizabeth the Golden Age, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Her television work includes The Walking Dead. In 1986 saw the birth of Robert Pattinson, English actor best known for playing Edward Cullen in the Twilight series of films. His other movies include Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Remember Me, Cosmopolis, The Lost City of Z, The Lighthouse, Tenet, and The Batman. But, Greg, I think you have the real celebrity birthdays for us.
I do. It is May 13th, 2025. Here's the birthdays for today. Dave Barry is having a birthday today. Linda Alter as well. Becky Adams with a birthday today. And Rodney Lucas has a birthday today. And a special one for me, the firstborn, Christian Gregory
nice.
Hoover, having a birthday today. If I do my math right, 34 years of age. So happy birthday to him, and hopefully we'll see him soon. And so that is the birthday club. If you see Dave, Linda, Becky, Christian, and Rodney, tell them happy birthday. Tell them you heard it on the birthday club. How do you get on the birthday club? Simply go to our webpage, WRGG.org, and fill out the information there. If it's today, you can get it to us by sending us a text or an email to studio@WRGG.org or call text 717-444-WRGG. Greg Hoover, along with Bill Gore. I almost forgot the name there. Jason Kabler, I see, has joined us via Zoom for the 7 o'clock hour. He is here ready to go with that. And I, too, am excited. I like my song. Well, I like all my songs because they're my favorite songs. So of all time. So all 10 of mine have been my favorite songs.
Yes.
But, okay, number 4 is coming up just a few minutes. It is that time of year. This Scott Douglas sent me this the other day. 2023, some seniors at Conrad High School in Montana rode horses to school as a senior prank. Oh, okay. Why? Well, you see, there's an actual state law in Montana that requires the principal of the school to care for horses students ride to school. I'm just saying that would not work well with me. Line up there, boys. Come on, get in line. Mr. Ed, over here. It's
So they didn't actually break any rules. They're just doing it because now the person wants to take care of the horses.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
The prank was met with humor and support by the school community, including the principal. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
How far back does that law go, or that rule?
I don't know. Antique times. I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
When horses were just ponies. I don't know. I don't know.
Who
but
knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But that's what's going on there. Let me see here. We do have coming up after the news is 7:30. Stupid is as stupid does. We'll see how that's working out with everyone. Let's see here. Oh, police officer Eric Robbins in Philadelphia responded to a 911 call reporting a young child walking in a dangerous place. When Robbins arrived, he could see a kid walking on the roof of a house. As recorded by his body cam, he ran into the house, sprinted up the stairs, climbed through an open window. The child, wearing a diaper and a T-shirt, didn't look scared. The parents were home, but apparently didn't know the child had gone out the window. Thankfully, the rescue was successful and quick because Robbins is afraid of heights.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's scary.
You would have thought whoever called that in would have at least knocked on the door, rang the doorbell.
Someone.
Hey, you know there's a baby up on your roof?
On your roof.
Yeah.
And how does it get up there? I
don't know.
I mean, there could be. There's some houses I would imagine that maybe
Sure.
the window opens up and there's the roof.
Right,
You know,
right.
But that one. But yeah, that would be. That's a little scary. That's a little scary. You come to see
Diaper
that.
and a T-shirt, right?
Yeah. Well,
The
well
kid
dressed.
wasn't like 9 or anything, was he?
No. It was Mike Bach. It was, again.
I understand when he was here the other day, he was wearing a diaper and a T-shirt.
He was. He looked good though.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
looked
yeah,
good in
yeah.
that diaper and T-shirt.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Some people can pull it off.
Well, yeah. Others, not so much.
No.
Let's see here. This one's interesting, Bill. Researchers at the University...
As opposed to all the others.
Nothing else has been interesting here this morning. Nothing. So we're hoping this one is.
Yeah.
Researchers at the University of Queensland in Australia have discovered a fascinating mating strategy among male blue line octopuses. I didn't know there was multiple octopuses, but I guess there is.
Yeah.
There's a blue line, red line, green line.
Sounds like the subway system.
Subway, yeah, it does. These males use venom to sedate their female counterparts before mating, a behavior that ensures successful reproduction while minimizing risk. Typically, octopus venom is used for capturing prey or defending against predators. Now they're using to mate. They learned this trick, evolutionary-wise, from Mike Bach.
Oh, jeez.
That's not nice, Greg. That was not nice. Jason, I can't hear you if you're talking. I mean, I see your mouth moving, but I don't see you.
So what you're saying is the octopi use roofies.
Yes, basically,
Okay,
yes. Jason? Oh, you got to turn your microphone on. God, how long's he been in show business?
I don't know.
He doesn't know to turn the microphone on. Now he broke it. Oh, my, it's a mess. What a mess. 93.
He might be recovering from that octopus sedative that Carrie used on him.
No.
So I have to every once in a while I have to unplug it and plug it back in. I have no idea why.
Well, that's what Rhonda does with me, too.
I said the first of all, is octopus the real word or is it octopi?
Octopi.
It's octopi.
Yeah.
Did I say octopuses?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I didn't hear
They
it.
actually learned that from the guys down on Broadway here in Nashville.
Yeah, that's a roofing.
That's a big problem here.
Yes, it is. Rhonda says, I'm covering my drink all the time. Rhonda, it's not like they do it to everybody. And they see a big bird.
You got in trouble for that view.
Well, I said, look here, that strong burly man like me, they're not going to try that. Try that on me. So anyway, Jason Cabot's here. We're waiting for Chris Palladino, but he has a little while, because we got to do the news in front of the news coming up here. And then we'll be back with our number 4 songs on our top 10 list. Man, that's gone quickly. Right here at 93.7 WRGG. Police Chief coming in at 8 o'clock. We'll have him for the half hour. Can't wait to talk with him as well. Don't go away. We'll be right back. More of the morning show right here.
You're listening to the morning show on WRGG.
93.7 WRGG. With news and weather together. Coming up next.
broadcasting around the world at WRGG.org and in southern Franklin County at 93.7. This is WRGG.
Did you know you have just 8 seconds to make a powerful first impression? That's about as long as it takes to pour your morning coffee.
NBC News Radio. I'm Michael Virtual. President Trump starts his visit to the Middle East today in Saudi Arabia. The trip is focused on making economic deals throughout the region as the president travels with business leaders, including Tesla CEO Elon Musk. He'll then head to Qatar tomorrow and the United Arab Emirates on Thursday. The president is defending a controversial plan to accept a luxury jet from Qatar. Speaking from the White House Monday, Trump says there's no reason to turn down a free jet. Ira Spitzer reports.
Donald Trump contended it would be stupid to reject Qatar's offer of a luxury aircraft that could serve as a replacement for aging Air Force One jets. But Democrats warned the gift could create a major conflict of interest, violate the constitutional ban on foreign gifts, and open the door to foreign influence on U.S. policy. Trump says the Boeing plane would go to the Defense Department first and later be donated to his presidential library, not kept for personal use. Critics also argue the deal could distract from efforts to modernize the official Air Force One fleet and undermine U.S. credibility abroad.
A West Baltimore warehouse saw more than 200 firefighters called to the scene after being engulfed in flames last night. The Red Cross is assisting residents who are asked to temporarily leave their homes. No injuries have been reported, and there is no word on the cause of the fire. All eyes will be on the Wall Street opening bell this morning after stocks exploded Monday on news of a tariff ceasefire between the U.S. and China. The two countries agreed to slash tariffs for 90 days, and Larry Summers, former Treasury head under President Clinton, says it's a step in the right direction.
I am glad that this has happened. I am more optimistic about the U.S. economy today than I was Friday evening.
Summers added, though, he still believes the overall tariff plan by President Trump was a mistake. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
At M&T Bank, we believe in the power of together. Together, we can move communities forward while giving back. Together, we can support the small businesses that are dreaming big. Together, we can help families spend more time on what matters most. And together, we can achieve more than ever before. Learn more about M&T's commitment to the people, businesses, and community organizations we serve at mtb.com/togetherwecan or stop by any local M&T Bank branch. Member FDIC.
Isolt's Air Conditioning and Heating of State Line, Pennsylvania is a proud supporter of WRGG. Your full-service air conditioning and heating business, Isolt's offers friendly professional service for all your air conditioning and heating needs. Whether it's a small repair job or you're planning on doing a major remodeling project, Robbie Isolt offers 30 years of qualified experience. You may call Isolt's at 597-7837. That's 597-7837. If it's done by Robbie, it's done right the first time.
Clyde's Grocery at Shady Grove has been serving the local area for over 60 years with quality meats and groceries. All of our meats at Clyde's Grocery are fresh cut daily. Our in-store deli features subs, sandwiches, and hot food. You will find a large selection of quality fresh baked bread, cookies, and cakes in our bakery. Klein's Grocery in Shady Grove, family owned and operated, where quality meats, great prices, and friendly service is a tradition.
Set the dial on the Wayback Machine. Crank up your radio. It's rock and roll in the rear view mirror as we take a look back at this week in rock and roll history.
This week in rock and roll history, 3 p.m. on Saturday afternoon and again at midnight on 93.7 WRGG.
WRGG weather.
Now the weather forecast for WRGG. For today, we will have cloudy skies. It will be breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe. Rain may be heavy at times, high around 69. Southeast winds at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy and breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe, low around 62. East winds at 13 to 23 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with rain and thunderstorms, high around 74. Wednesday night, cloudy with showers and scattered thunderstorms, low around 63. And Thursday, a chance of showers, high around 79. For WRGG, I'm Nowcast meteorologist Jim Vaughn.
Currently, it is 64 degrees under cloudy, rainy skies in downtown Greencastle. Humidity at 95%. Record high for today, 89 degrees back in 2014. It was only 49 degrees in 1970, or excuse me, 29 degrees in 1941 for the record low. 49 to 73 is your average temperatures for today. Sun made an appearance 5:57 in the a.m. It'll set at 8:17 in the p.m. 14 hours, 20 minutes of daylight. Again, 64 degrees right now at 93.7 WRGG.
Now back to the morning show on 93.7 WRGG.
Welcome back. It is the funky part of the radio program.
Be funky, my brother.
And it's, I am Greg Hoover. Bill Gore is with me. Joining me via Zoom is both, as you've heard before, Jason Kabler and Chris Palladino. Wait a minute. Oh, it goes on. It goes on. All right, some great editing.
Zoom brothers.
Yeah, so there you are, Zoom boys. By the way, Bill and Chris, I just saw the most disturbing video I've perhaps ever seen in my entire life, and I think
from Jason?
Yes, from Jason.
Well, I was going to say I had the most disturbing audio, Greg. I did not yet have my headphones on.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear the music. All I heard was you going, oh, oh, oh.
Are you all right, Greg? Are you all right?
I was looking for your hand on your chest.
I was just, believe it or not, singing along with the song.
Well, yes.
Anyway,
within the context, it all makes sense.
Yeah, now. But anyway, there's this video that I just got from Jason. Who in the world thought it was a great idea to give him an axe to throw? Not one. They were like handing him axes.
This is day two of things blind people shouldn't do. First was the nail gun. There were six of us, and we each had 5 axes or something like that, and I was the only one to get one stick of all of us.
Well, I saw that.
Wait. Jason, if you're going to throw axes, it's a good idea to know how many you're throwing.
No,
5,
you lose
6.
track. After the screaming starts, you just lose track.
Now, I have to ask, in a nice way, what the heck you dressed up like that for?
I am the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. There's
nice tail.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was a Renaissance fair.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And so Carrie is dressed up as Alice, and I'm the White Rabbit.
So for the Renaissance fair,
like you need an excuse. Like you need an excuse to dress up, huh?
Like a white
I'm showing Chris.
Yeah, he does that all the time, but now they let him out of the house one time with it.
So it was a Jefferson Airplane Convention?
It was steampunk. I mean, if you see on the side of my, it looks very steampunk. It was fun.
Funny
By the way,
you say that.
I like how for a Renaissance fair you dress up as Victorian characters.
I was going to dress up as Doc Brown for like I did for Easter, to be like I'm time traveling to the Renaissance.
Yes, there you are. Speaking of steampunk, so I'm up at the STEAM event that they had at the school district last Wednesday, broadcasting live, and these two probably 19, 18-year-old people came by and said, is this where the STEAM stuff happens? I said, part of it. It says all over campus. And he goes, well, where's the steampunk bands at? I said, I think you're at the wrong STEAM thing, because first of all, I didn't know what it was. What's steampunk, Jason? You seem to know.
I really don't.
Okay, good.
I mean, I know it if I see it, but I don't understand
Well,
it.
it's kind of like this. You use sort of like a modern technology to look like it's old timey. So, for example, you're dressing up as the rabbit and
I have nuclear goggles on, and they were like gears and cogs on the side of my hat.
Yeah. It's really heavy in cosplay, and there's actually a whole
it's a thing.
Subgenre of graphic novels. There's like the whole series of Batman graphic novels that are steampunk as well. It's
Well, I'm glad I didn't know. So I feel much better now not knowing. Okay, guys, here we are. We're up to week number 4 already. Hard to believe that we are at week number 4. And Jason, you always kick this off, so we're turning it over to you.
Okay, well, my number 4 is a song that I encourage everyone to go check out the video for also, because this band is very much known for their video production as well. They do a lot of videos where they'll do one-take videos and such. And I've seen these guys live in person, and they are amazing. They will, at any given time, take their instruments and either throw it behind them to someone backstage, like a roadie catching them, or they'll throw them to each other across stage and everything.
And that's tough with drums. By the way, just wanted to throw that out there.
Right.
Your number 4 song is by the Blue Band Group?
It might as well be. I mean, if you can see the screen there, Bill, while it goes on, it's neat. But this is a song called Gang Rhythm. The band is called Walk Off the Earth, and this song was recorded using a looper. And they are playing the entire song on a Volkswagen Bug.
Cindy?
And their ukuleles
Wait a minute.
and stuff.
Okay. This is your number 4 favorite song of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time.
This is awesome. This is amazing.
All right, here we go.
I got this old guitar. He's on the earth tonight. We're all walking off the world tonight. Come on now, everyone. Come on now, everyone. We're like a locomotive under the big hot sun. We're chained to the gang rhythm. The song is never done. Come on now, everyone. Come on now, everyone. This melody, bringing the harmonies like CS and Y. To write a tune you know will never die. Let's gather around and sing a song. There's no worries on the earth tonight. We're all walking off the world tonight. Come on now, everyone, yeah. Come on now, everyone. We're like a locomotive under the big hot sun. We're chained to the gang rhythm. The song is never done. Come on now, everyone. Yeah. Come on now, everyone. Come on, everyone.
When the night is done, these chains will hold us strong. The chords will carry on long after we're gone. Oh, oh.
There's no worries on the earth tonight. We're all walking off the world tonight. Come on now, everyone, yeah. Come on now, everyone. We're like a locomotive under the big hot sun. Old guitar, the strings are rusty, but it's all I need. Yeah.
All right, there you are. It seems like I have lost perhaps Chris Palladino, but are you on the phone, Chris? Okay.
Wonderful.
I don't know what happened to you. Jason looked like he disappeared for a while, too. But
there was a lot to get into in that song, Jason. That was great, and I love the video.
It's a very,
Saving money
very fun
feels
song.
right.
I like the
Just like when
very
things are packed tidy and tight. Get auto insurance that fits your budget and your needs. Save up to 10% when you bundle auto and renter's insurance. Get a quote today.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Jason Kabler's number 4 song of all time, right there.
Love to
Great
take
song.
my dog Coco on the go. That's usually when I get somebody's urgent email. The features in Grammarly have been really helpful to create clear communication and a
There we go. Jason, there you are. You're there, Jason.
I'm here.
Now, you probably can't hear Jason, can you, Chris? Can you hear? No, you can't hear him, can you, Jason?
I can hear Chris.
Chris just said you're ugly. I don't. I mean, I'm just.
Oh man.
Can't hear. So what the heck? All right, very good, Chris. We come to you, and your number 4 song of all time. Now, I did. It's up there. It's ready to go, man.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep, it is. All right, here it is by B.J. Thomas. Okay, very good. Bye-bye. That is Chris Palladino's favorite, number 4 favorite song from B.J. Thomas, Hooked on a Feeling. Hard to believe that from that beautiful song, how'd this happen? Ooga chaka, ooga ooga.
I can't stop this feeling.
I don't know. I love the original.
Oh, absolutely.
I sang along to this one, to be honest with you, but well, anyway. So, Bill, we turn our attention to you.
Brother, I'm a
Good
huge
song,
fan
by the
of
way.
B.J. Thomas.
Me too, and Blue Suede.
I know with Chris, he said it was through his dad. With me, it was through my mom.
Yeah.
She loved the guy. And, all right, so
Nice.
my number 4 is Choices by George Jones. And you'll find that my top 4 songs have similar themes in terms of where we end up in life, how we got there, the choices we made. So this is rather appropriate. It's from his 1999 LP, The Cold Hard Truth. And although he references drinking and the choices he made, of course, I was never a big drinker, but I think you can relate to it in so many different ways. And interesting note, he won the Grammy for Best Male Country Vocal Performance for this song. Leonard Cohen, a huge fan of George Jones, actually sang this on stage the day that George Jones died, and then recorded a couple years later as a tribute to him. So mine is Choices by George Jones.
Here we go.
Nice.
Hey, Greg.
Yes.
Can you do a
Papa
different
Top.
version?
Again. No. Thank you.
Non-live.
Yeah, not the non-live version.
Yeah. Now we got to skip the...
By
You
Blue
know what's
Suede.
smart?
Who
Treating
go walk out?
yourself
Who go walk
without
out?
cheating your goals. Eat smart with Factor.
That's what happened to this version.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really?
Come on.
First up, we've got Shake Video Masks.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said.
There you go.
I've had choices since the day that I was born. There were voices that told me right from wrong. If I had listened, no, I wouldn't be here today, living and dying with the choices I've made. I was tempted by an early age. I found I liked drinking. Oh, and I never turned it down. There were loved ones, but I turned them all away. Now I'm living and dying with the choices I've made. I've had choices since the day that I was born. There were voices that told me right from wrong. If I had listened, no, I wouldn't be here today, living and dying with the choices I made. Guess I'm paying for the things that I've done. If I could go back, oh Lord knows I'd run, but I'm still losing this game of life I play, living and dying with the choices I've made. I've had choices since the day that I was born. There were voices that told me right from wrong. If I had listened, I wouldn't be here today, living and dying with the choices I've made. Living and dying with the choices I made.
There you go. George Jones, Choices by Bill Gore. Not by Bill Gore. I didn't mean it that way. Picked by Bill Gore.
My daughter, Kanan, who's never even tasted alcohol, will tell you that's one of her all-time favorite songs.
Yeah. There.
And Harry Connick
that's a
Jr.
great one.
Harry Connick Jr. once said you could have 10 singers in a room. You ask them who you most want to sound like. 9 of them will say George Jones.
George Jones.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, there you go. All right. My song is probably the one. It's a simple song. Made me fall in love with two different things at the same time. One would be rock and roll, and the other would be the Beatles. And when I first heard this one, among others that came out, I thought, man, I like this sound. It's pretty cool. I can sing along to it. And, well, you'll know the song. 1, 2, 3, 4. I saw her standing there. The
Nice.
Beatles.
Well, she was just 17, you know what I mean. And the way she looked was way beyond compare. So how could I dance with another? Oh, and I saw her standing there. Well, she looked at me, and I could see that before too long I'd fall in love with her. She wouldn't dance with another. Oh, and I saw her standing there. Well, my heart went boom when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in my Well, we danced through the night, and we held each other tight, and before too long, I fell in love with her. Now I'll never dance with another. Oh, and I saw her standing there. When I crossed that room, and I held her hand in my Oh, we danced through the night, and we held each other tight, and before too long, I fell in love with her. Now I'll never dance with another. Oh, since I saw her standing there. Oh, since I saw her standing there. Yeah, well, since I saw her standing there.
The Beatles. I saw her standing there.
Oh,
And
man.
yeah, great song, isn't it? All great songs
you
today,
can't
as
help it.
always.
You-
Yeah.
You're tapping your toes. You're singing along. Oh,
And you know, they got in trouble for the woos. Well, not really, but that was like, what are you doing? What are you doing with that? But the harmony.
my question: if she was just 17, how old was he?
Well, yeah. There's a lot of songs out there. Ringo likes to sing about she was only 16.
yes.
Yeah,
It was a different time.
It was a different time. Gary Puckett is the worst offender of them all, I think. Every song he ever wrote was about something he shouldn't have wrote about. But there you are, guys. There, number 4 on our list. We're down to the top 3 songs coming up. Next week should be a lot of fun, as always. Tomorrow it is our top 5 songs of the 80s. And I'll be interested to hear that because that's a little out of our comfort zone here at 93.7 WRGG.
Did Corel Brands cut off Chris's access to Zoom?
Well, things are tough, man. Things are tough. So he had to go. So, Jason, listen, take care. We will talk with you tomorrow morning. You got rain
All right,
down
guys,
there?
have a great. What's that?
You have rain down there? Rain.
It looks like it's going to. It's supposed to be 72 degrees. It's 60 right now. It said partly cloudy, but I don't know. It looks like it could definitely sprinkle a little bit.
Oh, it's raining here. As we use the terminology, I don't know where it came from. It's raining to beat the band. So the band
There you
is
go,
being
guys.
beaten. Yeah. All right. Take care, Jason. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. As Jason Kabler, of course, you know him. We know him. Chris Palladino joining us well. They'll be back tomorrow morning. Same time, same place, same bat station. And it's our top 5 songs of the 80s. Going to take a break for the news. First look at local sports with John Friedman. He joins Scott Douglas along with NBC and PA Radio News and that Jim Vaughn weather forecast. wet as it may be, it's still our forecast. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Morning Show on WRGG. 93.7 WRGG.
With news and weather together. Coming up next.
From high above the broadcast house in downtown Greencastle, we are WRGG LP Greencastle.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump is meeting with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in an official state visit to Saudi Arabia. It's the first stop on Trump's 4-day trip through the Middle East, during which several deals and agreements are expected to be announced. A Democratic senator is clapping back following Qatar's $400 million airplane gift to the president. Connecticut's Chris Murphy says it shows that White House corruption is growing. Murphy says after Trump leaves the White House, a luxury jet will transfer to his presidential library, meaning he gets to keep it. The lead investigator in Karen Reed's murder retrial in Massachusetts was cross-examined about inappropriate text messages. State Police Sergeant Yuri Buchanek was grilled again about Trooper Michael Proctor, who was fired after Reed's first trial for texting "no nude so far" while searching Reed's phone.
We uphold the Constitution. It's unfortunate, unprofessional what he said in the private text message communication.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Headquartered in Greencastle and serving the tri-state area, Dice Office Equipment offers sales, service, and support for copiers, office printers, and managed print services to businesses and nonprofits within the region. Dice aims to make finding, repairing, and operating office equipment as easy as it should be, with quality products at fair prices, service for different equipment types, and a variety of brands to choose from. You can be sure a Dice solution will be tailored to meet your needs. Visit www.diceoe.com. That's www.diceoe.com for more information.
Dice's office equipment, now part of the CDS family.
This is a Radio PA news update. With Pennsylvania's primary just a week away, Allentown's Democratic mayoral race is heating up. Mayor Matt Turk slammed challenger Ed Zuckel Monday, accusing him of political opportunism for seeking Republican write-in votes while running as a Democrat. Zuckel fired back, saying he aims to represent all residents, regardless of party. The primary is next Tuesday. Pennsylvanians will rally today in Harrisburg to urge lawmakers to increase public school funding. John Schaefer has more.
Susan Spica of Education Voters of Pennsylvania, one of the rally organizers, backs Governor Shapiro's budget, which proposes over $500 million for underfunded schools, $75 million for basic education, and $40 million for special education.
Our message is going to be loud and clear that we need the state legislature to adopt the entire full budget package that Governor Shapiro has proposed. The full package means that there will be a positive step forward for every school district.
She's also calling on lawmakers to set a timeline to meet constitutional funding requirements and to reject private school vouchers.
The Pennsylvania House advanced a bill Monday to create the first ever homebuyer savings account, allowing individuals to save tax-deductible funds for a first home. Supporters like Representative Ryan Bizzarro say it could increase home purchases by $4,000 annually, benefiting the economy. Thomas Kutz points out to rising home values and interest rates, noting first-time home ownership rates have fallen by over 13%. The bill passed with bipartisan support, though it faced opposition from some Republicans. And the Philadelphia Phillies lost 3-2 to the Red Hot Cardinals Monday night, marking St. Louis' 9th straight win. Christopher Sanchez pitched 6 strong innings with 8 strikeouts but gave up 2 runs. Mason Wynn's solo homer off of Matt Strahm in the 7th inning broke the tie. The series will continue today at Busch Stadium as Jesus Luzardo will take the mound for the Phillies. First pitch is at 6:45. I'm Juan Arango, and you're up to date with Radio PA.
Since 1984, Greencastle Eye Care Center has been the leader of quality vision care, using state-of-the-art diagnostic technology, providing personalized optometric services, and the best quality optical products to their patients in Greencastle. The experienced optometrists offer comprehensive eye exams, specializing in the diagnosis and treatment of eye disease, and fit many different types of contact lenses. Greencastle Eye Care Center participates with many insurances and are always accepting new patients. You may schedule an appointment by calling 717-597-7708. The office of the Greencastle Eye Care Center is located in the John Grove Medical Center on Eastern Avenue. Greencastle Eye Care Center, a much appreciated supporter of WRGG.
From high Atop Broadcast House in downtown Greencastle, here's a look at WRGG's local news with Scott Douglas.
Good morning. We got an update for you about Greencastle PD. And if you're an Orioles fan and a crab lover, I got something for you. First, Greencastle Police Department's monthly report for May shows last month GPD responded on a total of 456 calls, including 44 traffic stops, 51 foot patrols, 13 calls to assist EMS, and follow-ups with 34 returned phone calls, and dozens of other police matters. On April 30th, Chief Batistig reports that he and Officer Morrow attended a seminar hosted by the Hagerstown Police Department in partnership with the Maryland Governor's Office of Crime Prevention. The seminar provided valuable insights into public safety and was a beneficial learning opportunity for enhancing community understanding and current issues and strategies in the field. Thank you, Chief Batistig, and all the officers on duty at GPD. Get ready, put that cell phone down if you're driving. Starting next month, the distracted driving law goes into full effect in Pennsylvania. You'll be pulled over if police see you using your cell phone while you're driving and fined $50 for the first offense. Up until then, June 5th, police are just handing out warnings. The distracted driver law, also known as the Paul Miller Law, takes full effect June 5th in Pennsylvania. Greencastle Borough currently hiring for a full-time police officer position through a civil service examination. The written exam will be held May 20th, 10:30. Borough office, contact the Borough Police Department or the Borough office for more information. So, if you're an Orioles fan and a crab lover, the Governor of Maryland just announced that Oriole Park at Camden Yards is now officially True Blue certified. That certification means that crab meat served at the park is Maryland blue crab meat. Better than being Pennsylvania blue crab, right? The True Blue program aims to highlight restaurants and retailers that are using Maryland crabs in their products and dishes. And don't you love it? This is Scott Douglas on 93.7 WRGG. True Blue.
Till the weather outside makes up its mind, you can depend on Premier HVAC services to keep you comfortable inside. For sales, installation, same-day and 24-hour emergency services, Premier is your local heating and air conditioning professionals with free estimates, price match guarantee, 717-597-9900, and online at premierhvacpa.com.
Here's a look at local sports with John Freeman.
A Blue Devil runner earns a gold medal at the Mid-Penn Conference Championships. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Freeman reporting for WRGG Sports, brought to you by the John Allison Public House, 155 South Antrim Way in Greencastle, involved in your local community. Blue Devil senior Noah Parks earned a first-place finish Saturday afternoon at the 2025 Mid-Penn Conference Track and Field Championships. His time of 1 minute 56.48 seconds in the 800-meter run was 0.8 of a second faster than runner-up Wyatt Kaufman of Mifflin County. Parks defeated a field of 36 runners in the boys' 800-meter race. Saturday was a good day for several other Blue Devil athletes at the Mid-Penn Conference Championships in Chambersburg. Joel Amstutz placed 9th in the boys' 1,600-meter run, while Joe Lofton picked up a 9th-place finish in the boys' pole vault. Meanwhile, on the girls' side, the Blue Devil 4x100-meter relay team placed 4th in the event, while individually, Greencastle's Jalen Schmuck picked up 2 top 5 finishes, placing 3rd in the triple jump and 4th in the long jump. Up next for the Blue Devil track and field teams is the District 3 meet, which takes place this weekend on the campus of Shippensburg University. The Blue Devil baseball team is back in action this afternoon as they will be at home hosting Big Spring in a game originally scheduled to be played earlier this month. The Blue Devils, with a record of 9 wins and 8 losses, are currently the number 15 school in the PIAA District 3 5A Power Rankings. The top 14 schools qualify for the postseason tournament. The Blue Devils will most likely need a victory today over the Bulldogs and also one tomorrow over Mechanicsburg to have a chance to qualify for the postseason. First pitch this afternoon from Greencastle is scheduled for 4:15, and the game will be broadcast live on 93.7 FM WRGG and streaming at midpenbroadcasting.com. The pregame show gets underway around 4 p.m. Finally, the Blue Devil softball team Saturday wrapped up their regular season with a convincing 13-0 victory over Bishop McDevitt. The Blue Devils scored 3 runs in the first inning, 4 in the second, and 6 in the third inning to end the game. Caroline Logsdon was 3 for 4, while Meadow Gambakurta knocked in 3 runs. Lydia Pryke tossed a 5-inning complete game, shutting out the Crusaders while allowing 3 hits and tossing 5 strikeouts. The Blue Devil softball team is currently 17-2 on the season and the number 1 school in the PIAA District 3 5A Power Rankings. The District 3 tournament for softball gets underway next Monday, as the Blue Devils will most likely have a first-round bye. Greencastle will be back in action Wednesday as they participate in the Mid-Penn Conference tournament, where they will face the champions of the Capital Division. That's a look at sports for a Monday. Have a great day, everyone. I'm John Freeman reporting for WRGG Sports, brought to you by the John Allison Public House, 155 South Antrim Way in Greencastle, involved in your local community.
We're having a party.
Old Home Week is soon approaching, and that means it's the WRGG and the Greencastle Antrim Old Home Week Big Show at Green Grove Gardens, happening on Monday, August the 4th. This year, it'll be the fabulous hubcaps, providing you with the soundtrack of your life. You'll know all the songs and all the words to the songs, so come on out and join the party and dance the night away. There will be food available for purchase. Tickets are on sale now by calling Linda at 717-597-5460. VIP seating is $35. General admission is $30. That's the fabulous hubcaps on stage at Green Grove Gardens, Monday, August the 4th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Brought to you by WRGG and the Greencastle Antrim Old Home Week Association. Sponsored by WellSpan Health, Patriot Federal Credit Union, Franklin County's Visitors Bureau, Hurley Auctions and Real Estate, and Farmers Union Co-op. For tickets again, call Linda at 717-597-5460.
WRGG weather. Now the weather forecast for WRGG. For today, we will have cloudy skies. It will be breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe. Rain may be heavy at times, high around 69. Southeast winds at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy and breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe, low around 62. East winds at 13 to 23 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with rain and thunderstorms, high around 74. Wednesday night, cloudy with showers and scattered thunderstorms, low around 63. And Thursday, a chance of showers, high around 79. For WRGG, I'm Nowcast meteorologist Jim Vaughn.
Currently 64 degrees under cloudy skies, rainy skies in downtown Greencastle. Humidity still up at 95%. Record high for today, 89 degrees. Back in 2014, it was 29 degrees on this date in 1941. 49 to 73 is average temperatures for this time of the year. 5:57 in the morning, that's when the sun shined for the, well, sun came out for the first time. I'm not sure it's shining. Well, it is, but we just can't see it. It's 8:17 in the p.m. Why I get myself in those discussions, I don't know. 14 hours and 20 minutes of daylight. Again, 64 degrees at 93.7 WRGG and on the web at WRGG.org. I'm Greg Hoover. He's Bill Gore. Thanks for tuning in this morning. It is a rainy day, but for a Tuesday, hey, it's a pretty good day. You know, I don't know why I say it that way, but I just do. Chief Batista coming up in just a few minutes, about 15 minutes away from right now. But first, we need, as we always do just about this time, to do this.
Stupid is as stupid does, sir.
Say stupid is as stupid does.
Stupid is as stupid does. Stupid is as stupid does, sir. Stupid is as stupid does, sir.
And people are crazy.
Yeah, they're not very bright at times, that's for sure. Here we go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there another page here? Holy cow. Nope, that's it. Six today
Oh,
to
great.
go over. That's not so bad to make a decision.
No, not at all.
Number one, a farmer in China buried the equivalent of $280,000 on his property. Unfortunately, when he dug up the cash, the bills were completely falling apart. Employees at a bank did the best they could to separate the mess of deteriorated paper bundles, but he still lost about 25% of his savings.
So he buried them as bundles rather than putting them in like Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
We didn't want to spend any money on it. So
he couldn't get any of those cartoon bags with the dollar signs on them.
They're around everywhere.
Like
I see them all the time.
Every bank thief always runs away with.
Yeah, with those.
Yeah.
Well,
Jeez.
now instead of putting in the bank and making interest, he lost 25%.
Wow.
That'll teach him.
Wait, he could have put them in mason jars like that.
Anything.
Charlie Daniels song, "The Legend of Woolly Swan."
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yes. There you go. An American Black Hawk, an Army Black Hawk pilot, as American, has been indicted for allegedly, let me say it correctly, distributing LSD, claiming his actions are rooted in religious beliefs. The first church of the LSD here. First Lieutenant Cal Norton Reister's legal team argues that he considers LSD a sacrament essential for his spiritual growth. Oh, come on. The indictment accuses him of conspiracy to distribute over 10 grams of the drug. Oh,
I missed that that book of the Bible.
It's a lesser-known chapter.
Yes.
You tend to read over it. I think that's what it is. You just don't pay
It's in
attention.
the Apocrypha.
It's number 3. Vincent Conroy was allegedly, drunk and walking around a Florida parking lot wearing only a T-shirt. No pants.
Was he also a Black Hawk pilot?
Yeah. LSD will do that. Well, early Wednesday morning, with his private parts on public display, Conrad was spotted with 2 wine bottles and a can of beer. When confronted by police and asked to identify himself, Conroy, who's 56, said his name was Charles Dickens. Okay. Number 4.
So he's carrying 3 drinks in 2 hands?
He was, yeah.
All right.
Pretty talented.
Yeah.
And he had 237 wine glasses on his head.
I was going to say, was he balancing the wine glasses on his head?
Oh, my. In a bizarre domestic incident at Port St. Lucie, Florida, 39-year-old nurse has been accused of violently confronting her wife over a late-night snack. The event unfolded at 3 a.m. when the victim, also a registered nurse, was preparing cheesy nachos in the kitchen. The accused, Allison Swan, allegedly criticized her spouse for eating at that hour and made a comment about her weight, prompting an argument. As tension escalated, Swan reportedly approached her wife, grabbed a handful of nachos, and shoved them down the back of her leggings. The confrontation didn't end there. The chaos attracted the attention of a friend who called 911. There's nothing worse probably in the world than having someone stuff a bunch of, what was it? Nachos down your leggings. That's why I don't wear leggings, just in case that happens. Number 5, a Kansas man's behind bars after allegedly stealing and dismantling an 800-pound historic cannon from a Wichita park. Gordon Pierce III reportedly took the drastic steps to settle a $20,000 drug debt he owed to a cocaine dealer. With the help of a homeless man whom he lured with drugs, Pierce attempted to lift the massive cannon into his SUV, but ultimately resorted to dragging it using a chain. After several failed attempts, he managed to get it to a friend's garage, where he cut it into pieces with a power saw. He later handed the fragments over to his dealer, hoping to buy some time, but was met with anger and further threats. Police tracked Pierce through the road indentations left from hauling the cannon. Here, I don't have money, but please take parts of a cannon for paying off my drug debt.
You know, I'm thinking, if you think you have a chance of buying him off with a cannon, you might actually appreciate the entire cannon, not pieces of it.
It's just parts of it. Oh, I was saving the parts for more drugs. Number 6, 47-year-old man from Cape Coral, Florida, was injured by a bison in Yellowstone National Park this week when the man got too close to the animal and was gored. Now, I don't like people getting gored, but come on. Fortunately, he sustained only minor injuries and received prompt treatment from emergency medical personnel. They tell you every single time to stay
everywhere.
away from those animals. but yet they do. Here they are in review. We'll come back after we do the birthday club and pick our winner for today. If you want to guess, give us a text at 717-444-WRGG. It's not really a test, or a guess. You know which one you like. Or text me any way you can. Here we go. Number one, man buried $280,000 in the field, but not a good investment, I guess, when it's all said and done. Number two, Army pilot argues religious freedom in LSD case. Number three, drunk pantless man told police he was Charles Dickens. Number four, nurse accused of battering wife with cheesy nachos. Oh, it was cheesy nachos. That makes sense.
That makes it worse.
Kansas man steals a Story Canyon to pay drug debt. That's number five. And number six, man injured by bison in Yellowstone National Park. We got, pretty good six pretty good ones there, I think. That being said, and we'll come back and pick our winner, though I think it's rather easy, but,
Which one are you going with, Greg?
I'm not going to tell you until we come back. Yeah,
all right.
Not going to tell you, but we're going to do this instead.
Birthday club, the birthday club. Everybody celebrates
stupid
birthday
does.
club on
not
WRGG.
1901 saw the birth of Witold Pilecki, Polish army officer and resistance fighter. In 1940, he volunteered to be imprisoned in Auschwitz so that he could gather information about the Holocaust and pass it on to the Western Allies. In 1943, he escaped, rejoined the Polish Home Army, and participated in the Warsaw Uprising. In 1948, he was executed by the communist authorities in Poland. 1914 saw the birth of Joe Louis, American professional boxer nicknamed the Brown Bomber. He competed from 1934 to 1951. He reigned as world heavyweight champion from 1937 until 1949, the longest reign as champion in history of boxing. He's victorious in 25 consecutive title defenses, a record for all weight classes. B. Arthur, born on this day in 1922 as Bernice Frankel, American actress and comedian known for the television shows All in the Family, Maude, and Golden Girls. She won the 1966 Tony Award for Best Featured Actress in a Musical, playing Vera Charles in Maine, a role she also performed in the film Burning. During World War II, she enlisted as one of the first members of the United States Marine Corps Women's Reserve. She served primarily as a truck driver, attaining the rank of Staff Sergeant. Herbert Ross, born on this day in 1927, American actor, choreographer, director, and producer. His films include Goodbye, Mr. Chips, Play It Again, Sam, The Last of Sheila, Funny Lady, The Sunshine Boys, The 7% Solution, The Turning Point, The Goodbye Girl, California Suite, Footloose, The Secret of My Success, and Steel Magnolias. After his first wife, Nora, died, he married Lee Raddiswell, the younger sister of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. Richie Valens, born on this day in 1941 as Richard Stephen Valenzuela. American singer, songwriter, and guitarist, known for songs such as La Bamba, Donna, and Come On, Let's Go. On February 3rd, 1959, Valens died in a plane crash in Iowa, along with Buddy Holly, J.P. Richardson, and their pilot Roger Peterson. In 2001, Valens was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mary Wells was born this day in 1943, American singer and founding member of the Supremes. Her solo recordings include The One Who Really Loves You, Two Lovers, You Beat Me to the Punch, and My Guy, which was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1999. Smokey Robinson gave the eulogy at her funeral. Stevie Wonder was born on this day in 1950 as Stevland Hardaway Morris, American singer, songwriter, musician, and record producer, known for songs such as Superstition, Uptight Everything's All Right, and Fingertips, which was the #1 song when he was 13 years old. Wonder's been inducted into the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Songwriters Hall of Fame. Darius Rucker, born on this day in 1966, American singer, musician, and songwriter who first gained fame as the lead singer and rhythm guitarist for Hootie and the Blowfish. The members of the band met while they were students at the University of South Carolina. Their songs include Hold My Hand and Let Her Cry. Rucker's solo recordings include Don't Think I Don't Think About It, All Right, and a cover of Wagon Wheel. Samantha Morton, born this day in 1977, English actress and director known for films such as Emma, Jane Eyre, Sweet and Low Down, In America, Minority Report, Elizabeth the Golden Age, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Her television work includes The Walking Dead. And Robert Pattinson was born this day in 1986, English actor best known for playing Edward Cullen in the Twilight series of films. His other movies include Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Remember Me, Cosmopolis, The Lost City of Z, The Lighthouse, Tenet, and The Batman. But, Greg, I think you have the real celebrity birthdays for us.
As always, here they are. Today, Rodney Lucas is having a birthday. Becky Adams is celebrating a birthday today on the 13th of May. Linda Alter with a birthday. And Dave Barry celebrating today. And as I mentioned last hour, very special one for me, Christian Hoover, the firstborn of the Hoover tribe. He turns 34 today. And actually, in Tucson for 2 weeks, and then he's coming back. I'm not sure that's where he wanted to celebrate his birthday, but he'll be back soon. So happy birthday to all of them. If you got a birthday you want to celebrate, just go to our webpage, WRGG.org. Fill out the information there. That will take care of the business. Stupid is, the stupid does. Here we go. Let's review. Number one, man buried $280,000 in the field. Most of the bills were completely, 25% of them falling apart. Not a good investment. Number two, an Army pilot argues that he has the religious freedom to use LSD and to sell LSD as well. Number three, drunk pantless man told police.
Wait, did he also apply for his tax exempt status as a church?
Church, yes. I could have done that one. Drunk pantless man told police his name was Charles Dickens. I like that, though. Number four, nurse accused of battering wife with cheesy nachos. Number five, Kansas man steals a story cannon to pay drug debt. Drug dealer didn't like it, and they caught him because they followed the road indentations from hauling the cannon. And 47-year-old man in Florida was injured by a bison in Yellowstone National Park because he got too darn close. That's number six. Bill, your choice?
I don't know, man. I've got to go with five. Just from beginning to end, it just seems like if we're going for stupid, it's got to be the stupidest. The idea that you're going to pay off your drug dealer with a stolen cannon. then
like the guy wants a cannon split up into pieces. You can't even use it as a cannon.
And then you have to drag it. You leave a trail behind. And then you decide, okay, I'm just going to cut it up into pieces. I don't know. Some of these, there's some close seconds, but I'm going to go with that one.
I got to go with that one, too, because that seems to be the stupidest one.
And as you go through, that's the one that makes me laugh the hardest.
Yes, yes. Number four with the nachos, throw that one out. Guy injured by the bison. He was stupid, but
right. It's not as funny.
It's not as funny.
No,
it's not as funny. Hey, the guy got gored. Hey,
it could have ended much worse. Yeah.
Lisa Parsons went with number five as well. Yeah, guy planting his life savings in the ground. That was stupid, but not funny. Religious freedom.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, it was. So I agree with you very much. So number five. I guess when you're desperate, you're desperate. You come up with ways to pay off the debt, and even when the drug dealer doesn't want a cannon.
I wonder if the cannon's drug dealer was the pilot of the
yeah, could be. That's a good answer to it. We could tie them all together. Stupid is, stupid does. We do this almost every day right here on the morning show. Chief Batistic is with me. Why do I have trouble with that? I always have trouble with that.
It's okay. I've heard it 1,000 ways.
I bet you have.
Not a big deal.
Well, good. Good. Chief is with us, as you can tell. Still raining out there?
Yeah, the meteorologist forecast is raining.
It's raining. Very good.
Raining.
Very good. Get that.
You don't think that Black Hawk pilot's taking LSD when he's flying, do you?
I hope not.
I hope so as well. Yeah.
I hope not. It's sacraments of his religion, he said.
Yes.
Different Bible than I have. I think that's how that goes. When you're reading his, it's a little bit different. So let's see here. Oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to head to the top
of the gospel according to Timothy Leary.
Yes. Yes. I'll just leave it at that. Yes. Heading toward the 8 o'clock hour. As we mentioned, coming up in the next 30 minutes, Chief was with us. We'll talk Greencastle Police Department and a whole lot more. It's right here on the morning show. 8 o'clock, 64 degrees, rainy day here in Greencastle, and that's okay. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Morning Show on WRGG.
93.7 WRGG. With news and weather together. Coming up next.
WRGG LP. Greencastle.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump is on an official state visit to Saudi Arabia. NBC's Alice Barr.
This trip underscores how influential this region has become economically. Today, President Trump is set to meet with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman. Right after President Trump took office, the Crown Prince pledged to make $600 billion in investments in the United States over the next 4 years. The U.S. is hoping to secure even more during talks today. His next stop is Qatar, where the ruling family has offered the president a luxury Boeing jumbo jet to use as Air Force One.
One of the deals expected to be announced during this trip is the sale of $100 billion in U.S. arms to the kingdom. Connecticut's Democratic Senator Chris Murphy says Qatar's airplane gift to President Trump shows that White House corruption is growing.
It's disgusting. It's wildly corrupt. And just because they are doing the corruption in plain sight does not make it any less damning or sad or gross.
Across the aisle, Republican Senator Rand Paul isn't a fan of the move.
And it's not like a ride on the plane. We're talking about the entire $400 million plane. I think it's not worth the appearance of impropriety. Whether it's improper or not, I don't think it's worth it.
Murphy notes that after Trump leaves the White House, a luxury jet will transfer to his presidential library, meaning he keeps it. A 2-day hearing begins today in L.A. to determine whether convicted killers Lyle and Eric Menendez should be resentenced for their crimes. More from Tammy Trujillo.
The Menendez brothers have served decades in prison for the 1989 murders of their parents in Beverly Hills. Attorneys for the brothers are expected to argue that both have been rehabilitated after serving over 30 years of life sentences for the killings.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Oh, the birds are chirping, days are warming, and more daylight each day. Yes, it's the perfect time to stock up on all your spring planting needs. Lumberdirect has onion sets and a wide variety of vegetable packets. Everything to ensure a bountiful, beautiful garden. Lumberdirect has mulch bagged and bulked. There's everything you'll need for spring cleanup in the home and out in the yard. There's a great array of quality Vaspar paints, perfect for any job, indoor or outside. Lumberdirect, 10 East Water Avenue in Greencastle. Lumberdirect, a proud sponsor of WRGG and many other Greencastle Antrim community projects.
Proudly supporting WRGG, ELM Department Store has been your local source for quality men and women's clothing, specializing in big and tall sizes for men. ELM Department Store has been providing personalized clothing solutions to customers from Greencastle and surrounding communities since 1941. ELM Department Store, conveniently located on the square in Greencastle, Pennsylvania.
Franklin Hospice, a nonprofit provider of hospice care and end-of-life services, has been licensed in Pennsylvania and is now open to serve patients and their families. This organization also operates Hospice of Washington County, which has built a trusted reputation of quality caring for over 40 years. The team at Franklin Hospice consists of nurses, social workers, CNAs, chaplains, volunteers, and bereavement staff. They will work with the hospice physician and the patient's primary physician to offer a number of services, including managing the patient's pain and symptoms, assisting the patient with the emotional, psychological, and spiritual effects of dying, providing needed medications, supplies, and equipment, coaching the family and caregivers how to care for the patient, and providing bereavement care and counseling to surviving family and friends. Franklin Hospice is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to provide support. For more information, call 717-504-3465 or visit franklinhospice.org, a nonprofit organization.
The Greencastle Spring Market Days are returning again. It's coming this Saturday on the lawn between 136 and 144 East Baltimore Street, hosted by The Shop and Consign and Collect. This event, located under ample shade trees, will feature over 20 vendors. You can shop on the lawn or in the stores. Local artisans and crafters of jewelry, fresh and silk florals, live plants, fresh mushrooms, woodcrafts, home goods, wreaths, wine, coffee, primitives, and much, much more. It all starts at 9 a.m. and runs through 4 p.m. It's the Greencastle Spring Market Day, Saturday in the lawn between The Shop and Consign and Collect, supporting local community artisans and vendors. That's this Saturday, May the 10th.
WRGG weather.
Now the weather forecast for WRGG. For today, we will have cloudy skies. It will be breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe. Rain may be heavy at times, high around 69. Southeast winds at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy and breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe, low around 62. East winds at 13 to 23 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with rain and thunderstorms, high around 74. Wednesday night, cloudy with showers and scattered thunderstorms, low around 63. And Thursday, a chance of showers, high around 79. For WRGG, I'm Nowcast meteorologist Jim Vaughn.
64 degrees right now in downtown Greencastle. Cloudy skies and rain's coming down. Humidity is at 94%. Record high for today, 89 degrees. That was back in 2014. 29 degrees in 1941 for the record low. 49 to 73 is your average temperatures for this time of the year. We're at the upper edge of that. 5:57 in the a.m. when the sun came up. It'll set tonight, 8:17, giving us 14 hours and 20 minutes of daylight. Again, temperatures at 64 degrees at 93.7 WRGG.
And now, The Morning Show on 93.7 WRGG. And on the web at WRGG.org.
Welcome back to hour number 3 of The Morning Show on a Tuesday morning. Where did those 2 hours go? I do not know. Even though sometimes we make 3 hours seem like 4 or 5. But today, we're buzzing right through. 8:07 in the morning, as we mentioned, 64 degrees. Time for our monthly visit from the chief of police. And we were just saying, you were just here like last week, weren't you? Wait a minute.
This month has flown by.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens. It just does, and that's okay. They told me when I got older, time would fly.
It truly does.
And it really, really does. I can't complain. I can't complain. I want it to slow down as long as possible. So, first of all, how you doing, Chief?
Fantastic.
Good. A lot of big things happening in your life right now with graduation and things like that, huh?
Graduation's come up. My daughter will be graduating this year. She'll be attending Wilson College.
Okay, very good.
She wants to be a vet. She's going to do pre-vet studies and then move on from there. So good for her. Proud of her.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. I'm glad she's staying close to home.
Yes. We like that. I think I'm trying to think. Shepherd, Shippensburg, and Bloomsburg were the 4 where my kids went, so wasn't too bad.
Right.
Yeah, we could see them most of the time when we wanted to. You'll like you'll like it. She'll like it at Wilson too. It's really a small set, and
she chose. She went to a couple of colleges, all over the place. Tennessee, out east. I'm glad she settled here.
Yes, I can understand that. Well, congratulations. It's
so I
got
both spectrums. I got one graduating high school, and I got one graduating kindergarten.
Yes.
So we are on both spectrums there.
Yes, you are, aren't you? Buckle up, another 13 or 12 years coming up. Yeah.
Right.
Well, you made it through the first one.
That's right.
That's what counts here right now. So, so what's new? What's new in the police department?
Well, I'm pretty excited here. We next week, the 20th, we will be having our civil service testing. I heard you talk about it earlier. So pretty excited about that to get our next full-time officer on.
Mm-hmm.
Applications are due by the 15th. So if you're interested, please have it in before the 15th.
So is there any qualifications to fill out the application?
Well, there are general qualifications. Obviously, got to be United States citizens. You got to have be able to pass a background,
right?
Driver's license. You got to have some education there, the high school education or higher.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have to have the Act 120. We will send you through an academy, which is fantastic now.
Right.
I mean, a lot of times in the past, you had to have already completed that. So
right.
Now, we will send you that.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Is there an age limit?
There is not an age limit.
Okay.
So we occasionally get some older people that I'm say older. Starting their police career in their 30s, late 30s. Which not unreasonable. I mean, sometimes life happens and people get that moment where they decide to choose a different career. And what a great town to have a police career in.
Right. Yes, it certainly would be. And the other question I would ask, these are like all questions like if I was going to sign up for it.
Well, we're hiring.
I know. Well, I asked the age question and then is there a physical expectation?
There's no physical test per se.
Yeah.
You do have to pass the MOPEC physical test, be able with your vision, your hearing, whatnots like that. So it's going to be through MOPEC that way.
Okay, all right. So so right now I could qualify.
You could qualify. We could get you suited up and get you ready to go.
Yeah, I can see me going home. Hey, Rhonda, guess what? So, well, now, do you know if you have a lot of applications taking the test?
I don't know right now.
Okay,
Last I checked, we're right around that 5-6 applicants right now.
Okay.
I'd like to get some more.
Yeah.
It's always better to have good competition and have a good pool of
Right.
people to pull from.
Right. Now, how do they take the civil servant exam?
So the test is going to be administered by Borough Manager Emily Little in the Civil Service Commission. That's going to be housed at Council Chambers on the 20th at 10:30.
Okay.
They have around 2 odd hours to take the test, and it's a general aptitude test.
I was going to ask you what.
It's not that you have to be able to do calculus and algebra.
Right.
It's general comprehension. How you comprehend certain sections, how you're able to articulate in critical thinking.
Okay.
It's just to get a good roundabout ability of how you are as a person.
Right.
The test comes from a company out west. We get those tests. It's a general police test that most agencies give a variant of that.
Right.
So it's I think it's a well-rounded test.
Okay. So not that you have to study for it per se.
Well, it probably wouldn't hurt to mind your P's and Q's and make sure you're on the right track.
Right.
It does take some forethought and some thinking, on your ability. I would not want to go into it blind, but it's something, as long as you have some good common sense and are able to articulate yourself with that critical thinking, you should be able to do fine.
All right. Very good. All right, I'm ready.
Sounds like when the Little Rascals became Junior G-Man.
Yeah,
right.
That would be the case with me, I think, with that one. So, all right, so that is exciting. Hopefully that it's been a long time, I think, since the police force has been at full capacity.
Yeah, we're right there. We're right there on the cusp. We'd like to get another part-time officer in. So if anybody is interested in part-time police work, feel free to give us a call and let us know. I mean, I think we have 3 part-timers right now that work great hours. They give us a good amount of time, but I think that 4th one in there would help subsidize them.
Give you just a little bit more flexibility and
we got Old Home Week coming up here in just a few months. And it just seems like not too long ago we were in January talking about it, and here we are in May, and Old Home Week is just right around the corner.
Yep.
Officer Krager is diligently working on the National Night Out event. We got some good things planned for that.
Okay.
So it's going to be a great Old Home Week.
Right. It will be always a lot of fun, and I think we're down to what, Bill? 88 days, something like that.
Yeah.
80 some days. We'll be sitting here. If you think about it this way, let's see. This is May, so June, July, and the next time you're back, Old Home Week will be over.
Right. It's
if you look at it that way.
It's flying by.
Yeah. So. I know you, on the news, it was said that you and one of the officers went to some training.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. The city of Hagerstown, I got a invite from retired Captain Thomas Alexander, Dr. Alexander, from the Maryland Governor's Office. They were putting on some training, some free training. Free training is great training.
It's great training, yes.
And plus, it was close. It was housed down at the Washington County Public Safety Training Center down outside of Sharpsburg.
Yes.
Focused on the drones, which we're getting our drone program up and running. Focused on some closed caption TVs, the cameras system, how we can expand that and utilize that for police services. And the one thing they focused on was ghost guns. They had the chief inspector from New York City Police Department and another detective that focus on how people get these guns, manufacture these guns using 3D printers. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
During the time that he was speaking, they had a 3D printer that actually was printing components for a gun. It doesn't take long.
No.
So it's out there, and we need to be aware of that, because if we see something that maybe doesn't look exactly like it should be,
right,
we need to have that
Still
training
could
and
be a
knowledge
gun.
to be able to recognize it.
That is amazing. It's like everything else in life. Technology can be used for good and can be used for evil.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And that's another case of it being used for evil. And you don't want to throw you don't want to throw it all away, because there's some great things that happen from it. And
well, if you think about the type of person that wants to buy a ghost gun,
right,
a non-registered, non-licensed, non-traceable gun, those aren't the normal people that can go to Lumber Direct to buy a gun.
Right. They're not going to pass the.
So what is the motive behind that? Why would you want that gun?
Right.
So that's kind of the scary thing about it.
Yeah, that really is a scary thing. I was just thinking of something, and we talked about the drones. Did everyone pass their test? Or
we're still working on it. That is a lengthy process.
Yes,
to
it is.
Take that test.
Yeah.
We should be getting pretty darn close.
Okay, very good. Just wanted to check. Wanted to make sure that that's taking place. There was I know what it was. I was you were talking about the cameras and such, and I find it fascinating the license reader. Does every vehicle have that for you guys?
The cameras just got placed in the cars late last month.
Okay.
There's still some components that need to be put in by TelePlus to get it up and operational. The software is there. It's just getting it up and ready. So it should be in there, within the next. I would say sometime this month or early next month. That LPR capability in the cruiser.
So that you really, as a police officer driving down the road, you really don't let me run that license. It just runs the license automatically and flashes up if something's wrong.
As soon as that license plate passes the camera, it through the software is able to recognize if there is an issue with it. Stolen plate, a stolen car,
right?
The driver of the vehicle, the registered owner of the vehicle may be wanted, whatever it could be. So it's pretty much instantaneous.
That's amazing.
Which would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Think about how many vehicles we as police pass in a day.
Right.
And you just don't know who you're passing, and it helps us get the community safer by making sure those vehicles that should not be on the road, or those people that should not be on the road,
right?
It helps protect you.
Well, and I think for you as a police officer, you have a little bit of understanding of who you're dealing with when you pull them over too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It gives you a little insight of, because no traffic stop is routine. I hate the word as a routine traffic stop. Everything is an unknown risk until you determine what that risk level may be.
Right.
And every officer should approach it that way. Even in the academy setting, we got rid of the terminology of a routine traffic stop, because there is no such thing.
Right. I think that those days have passed, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's very true.
And it helps the officer think a little bit more tactically. Not that they need to go up there, guns a-blazing or anything, but just be a more mindset of the what ifs.
Right.
And what am I going to do if this situation occurs?
It's like that old expression: the surgery's never routine when you're the one being operated.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is true.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So very good. I'm glad that's a capability that will be in your hands more
Absolutely,
or less.
yeah.
Yes. So what else is new as we sit here today?
Well, the season's getting up and running. We're going to see a lot more foot patrols with our officers, including myself. Just getting out, interacting with the people, going out and talking to people. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Just going out there and being seen. And the amount of people that come up to you and just talk to you.
Right.
You have that interaction. And that's what's so great. Just going out there. Have the officers going out there. I told them they don't have to worry about it so much during inclement weather.
Yeah.
So they're going to be grateful for that today.
Yeah.
But just going out for 20 minutes, 30 minutes during the busy time, saying hi.
And you can scratch off the wellness part of your
right. You get a little exercise.
Get
out
some
of it.
steps in there.
The one officer working today, I didn't have to tell him to do that. He does foot patrols all the time. So that's one of his fortes that he likes doing, which is great.
Yeah, which I think would be part of the fun of the job too, just meeting the people.
He'll probably do a foot patrol today, no matter what, if it's raining or not. That's just what he likes to do.
Yeah, may not see a lot of foot traffic today, but that's okay. So, Chief, one of the things I guess is in the news, unfortunately, is pedestrian accidents.
Right.
And I know Waynesboro went through a rash a couple of years ago. It seemed like once a month, and they were serious accidents. We don't have that many, but we've had a serious one recently.
We recently had one where Miss Cook unfortunately lost her life from it.
Yeah.
It's still an open investigation. I can't talk about too much about it, but what a tragic accident.
Oh, it
that
always
occurred.
is, yeah.
In a highly visible area at that time of day with all the baseball activities going on, absolutely a tragic event.
Yeah.
Tragic event.
I think a lot has been done. This is just in my head to help with pedestrian traffic. I mean, obviously the signs that we have put up, the white, the boxes, the safety boxes, whatever you want to call them, going across the street. Even removing SUVs and trucks from certain parking spaces, I think has all helped in that.
You try to do what you can to make everybody safer, but ultimately, when you're walking, you need to have that due diligence. You need to make sure that your head is on a swivel, always looking around, and just being aware of your surroundings. And it's
look 10 ways is what they told us when we were in school.
Absolutely. Try to have those eyes on the back of your head the best you can.
And use the crosswalks.
Yeah, use
absolutely. Yeah. It's amazing how many people you see like jutting across the street, just middle of the road instead of when crosswalks 50 yards away.
Yeah.
We just put out an information flyer for bicycle safety. Hey, listen, school's coming to an end here. Kids are going to be out more, going to the baseball fields, down to Jerome King, or just driving around going to their friend's house. Just being safe on that bike, because there is a lot of traffic during the daytime.
Well, it's amazing to me, and I tell this story way too often. I lived, if you know where the mayor lives, out near, let's just say out near the VFW.
Right.
I lived about maybe a block and a half down the road a little bit, right across the street from the dentist's office out there. And I used to ride my bike to King's Playground and to the Little League field when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And thought nothing of it at all. And now I wouldn't let... he wouldn't do that. I tell the story. I had a friend that was on the school board. Tom Shook was his name. Owned he drove a school bus for a while, but he owned land and did things like, he was a farmer. And he said to me, he says, I don't understand, Greg. He says, you guys call off school so soon. We didn't used to do that when I was driving a bus. And I said, well, Tom, when you were driving a bus, there was 1/3 the amount of cars on the road, and 1/3 the amount of lawyers that lived in town. He looked at me and he goes, I guess that's a good point. And walked away, and that was the end of it.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, but you remember the days when everybody had just one car.
Yeah.
Instead of everybody having a car.
Right.
Yeah, and so, and traffic, I guess that's it's not slowing down in Greencastle.
Well, Officer Brennan, who runs our speed cameras that we have up there for monitoring. I mean, like I told before, we during lunchtime, there'd be over 2,000 cars coming down 16 during that hour.
Yeah.
And that doesn't dwindle off as the time goes on.
Right.
So there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
You gotta be wary of your surroundings. And there's a lot of businesses downtown, which is great.
Yeah.
You get a lot of people coming in, walking, and you just got to be mindful of that busy intersection.
Yeah, just be careful. And again, use the crosswalks, use the lights that have, the pedestrian crossing parts of it as best that you can, and just be careful. I don't see that changing the traffic pattern.
As everything progresses, we get more and more.
Yeah.
And we have such a great community here where a lot of people want to move here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're Antrim Township is still building up, and we're just going to get more and more as time progresses. So just being ultra aware.
Yeah, I think and I don't know if you would have noticed or not. I think the truck traffic seems to be down. But
I don't know if it's down. But,
it's not growing. How about that?
There are some busy times. That you see the truck traffic
still coming down.
16 is a main artery coming, right through town.
Yeah.
And when you need to get off from here to McConnellsburg. Look where you work at JOG.
Oh, absolutely.
All that truck traffic, it's coming through.
Yeah, and despite the fact that 16 is a long, laborious road to McConnellsburg, it's still quicker than going out to 81 to 70 into Breezewood and back down again. So so you understand where that has to be the case. So, okay, now I'm trying to think what we haven't talked about yet because we've covered a lot of things already here. Any training coming up that for the
Next month, we'll have our second round of training for our yearly qualifications for our firearms.
Okay, yeah.
We knocked out 3 officers at the end of April, and then in June we'll knock out a couple more to get that done.
Yeah.
Where do you go for that?
Well, we were invited in April with the Hagerstown Community College Police to use up at the Hagerstown City's fire range outside of Smithsburg.
Okay.
And I like. We have to qualify, and you have to stand on a line, and you have to shoot an X amount to qualify. But realistically, that's static training.
Right.
And
it's not going to happen in real life.
You got to do it for that number to pass. But I like the fact that, when we go up there, we're doing moving and shooting, different scenario type training.
Right.
Just thinking about different platforms that you have available to you. What can you do to transition from a less lethal to a lethal, or vice versa? And just having that critical thinking of the officers, as opposed to just standing on a line, being told to shoot, and then move on to the next.
Right.
Thinking. That's the main thing, is having that interaction.
I think you had mentioned one time even things like switching from a shotgun to a pistol or vice versa.
Right. What do you do with that shotgun
Right.
if that shotgun is no longer operable? What would you do with it?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you have this 8-pound item in your hand that's basically a paperweight now. So
Yeah.
how do you hold that to be able to transition to something else? What do you do with it? That thinking ability,
Right.
it makes the officers, not get stuck in the old mindset of, here we are, now what we do.
Right.
Just thinking a little bit more about it. So excited to have that coming up.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the community college inviting us up to their police department. Lieutenant Murray out there, I work with him at HPD. Great guy, great trainer. I'm grateful for the opportunity to continue that relationship.
Well, I think the blessing is sometimes your connections, which allow that from all your years with the Hagerstown Police Department and all the friends you made over there with the sheriffs and the police and the. I guess I knew Hagerstown Community College had a police force, but I never really thought about that. So.
Yeah, they do, and it's a good little department for the community college out there. It's literally right outside of Hagerstown, so there's a reason why they need to have that.
Right.
But the training we get and the assistance we get with them is phenomenal.
Yeah, very good, very good. I was just thinking that is pretty cool that you can go over and use their facilities and do what, because obviously those facilities are I'm not going to say expensive, but they do cost money to build. And
the city police has a good range outside of Smithsburg that the city owns up there.
Mm-hmm.
They got good capabilities. I was an instructor up there, so I know all the capabilities they have. It's a great training range for us, and it's close,
right?
And it really doesn't take anything to go down there.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. We can knock that out in a matter of a couple hours.
How many officers? What was the size of the population of the police force in Hagerstown?
The most when I was there was 112 officers.
Okay.
I don't know what they have right now. They're below that number.
Okay.
But 112 is what we had when I was a sergeant.
And the sheriff's department is bigger?
Sheriff's department's right about the same.
Is it really?
Okay. Give or take. Mm-hmm.
All right. More area to cover, perhaps. I don't know.
They have the whole county to cover, so they have a lot more area. But good working relationship with them. And when you need somebody, even though they're in another state,
right?
We're close.
Yeah.
And our people go there, and vice versa. So we have that interconnection where we're able to help each other.
Yeah, very good. Well, Chief, as we come down to the bottom of the hour, I know you got busy day today as always. Or at least we hope it's not busy.
Well,
how do you like that? But it's still going to be busy. You still have things to do.
That's right, sir. That's right.
Anything we didn't cover that you wanted to cover?
No, what a great day. I'm loving it. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I truly enjoy doing this, guys.
Well, good. We're glad you do.
You here.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we love having you to come in and finding out what's going on and things that we really wouldn't know. It's just like all the training we don't understand. We don't know that.
Right.
And to find that out, they're not just walking around. They're looking for trouble. They're trying to make connections, and they're being well trained.
Yeah, I like to talk about the good things my officers do, and what your expectations of us should be.
Yeah.
And when you deal with one of us on a positive or negative situation, because let's be honest, most times when you talk with the police, it's a bad day in your life.
It's not a good day. Not a good day.
But we hope to make that a positive experience.
Sure.
That we can accomplish everything that you need.
Right.
To fix that problem.
Yeah.
So
very good.
And I can tell you the foot patrols are greatly appreciated.
Foot patrols are awesome. I mean, going down there and going inside those businesses and just saying hi.
Yeah.
It's truly amazing going in there and just talking.
Saying hi.
Saying hi.
Yeah.
That's
that
all you
easy.
do, and you built that rapport, you built that relationship, and it helps you out.
Yeah.
Helps you out.
It is. So, Chief, thanks a lot.
Thank
Enjoy
you, guys.
graduation.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm sure you will. And tell your daughter to enjoy those moments too, because
Absolutely.
we sometimes when you're that age, you want to just keep thinking ahead.
Right.
You got to somehow come back and say, today's a pretty cool day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So hopefully she'll do that. And hopefully you'll do that too, because it's an important part of your life as well. Well, we'll talk to you. If not before, we'll probably see you at an Old Home Week meeting coming up. But June will be around the corner. We'll be sitting here going, here we are. We're talking again. So, again, appreciate you coming in, stopping in, and be safe out there.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. We're going to take a break for the news, bottom of the hour, catch up on everything from sports. We'll see if we got the new sports and new local news in. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to The Morning Show on WRGG.
93.7 WRGG. With news and weather together. Coming up next.
Serving Greencastle, Antrim, and southern Franklin County. This is WRGG LP Greencastle.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump kicked off his 4-day swing through the Middle East, meeting this morning with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman on an official state visit to Saudi Arabia. Trump will head to Qatar tomorrow as he continues to defend a controversial plan to accept a luxury $400 million jet from that nation. More than 225 firefighters spent the night battling a 7-alarm blaze at a West Baltimore warehouse. Baltimore Fire Chief James Wallace says the area has water pressure problems and smaller water mains, so outside water had to be transported to the scene.
I'm sure the whole northwest side of the city is seeing and smelling the smoke. It's just a tremendous amount of smoke back there.
No injuries have been reported. Goldman Sachs is lowering its odds the U.S. economy will enter a recession. The bank now forecasts a 35% chance, down from 45%. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Right here in hometown Greencastle, you'll find always fresh, home-style salads made the way you like, prepared locally in their very own kitchen. That's Branded Meats and Deli, 102 South Antrim Way in Greencastle. Macaroni, potato, redskin potato, cream slaw, coleslaw, and others. Looking for something for lunch or enough for the entire family's evening meal? You'll find it all at Brandon Meats and Deli. Having a special event, Brandon offers a large catering menu with a wide variety of options, including setup and serving your guests. They are open Mondays 8 a.m. till 3 p.m., Tuesday through Friday 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., and Saturday 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Brandon Meats, helping to support the programming of WRGG.
This is a Radio PA news update. The Trump administration confirmed the Qatari government has offered to donate a $400 million luxury plane to the U.S., but critics say that violates the Constitution's emoluments clause, which bars public officials from accepting gifts from foreign states. President Trump says it's a gift to the Defense Department, not to him, and plans to use it until Boeing delivers 2 delayed jets. Democrats and ethics experts warn it could be unconstitutional and create foreign influence. Time is almost up to request a mail-in or absentee ballot for the primary election this month. John Schaefer has details.
Those requests need to be in by today. The election is happening a week from today on May 20th. Various municipal races will go before the voters.
A former Lancaster City police officer was mistakenly overpaid $114,000 in pension benefits over 3 years, a state audit revealed. The error, dating back to October 2022, was undetected due to a lack of internal controls, according to the Auditor General, Tim DeFore. City officials say the officer has since repaid the full amount and the pension fund was reimbursed for lost interest. While the city claims its custodian found the error, the state audit highlighted the initial oversight. And finally, the High School for Creative and Performing Arts is facing falling enrollment, staff departures, safety concerns, and internal division. Teachers and parents describe low morale, lack of discipline, and leadership conflicts. At the center is Assistant Principal Kimberly Bird, accused by staff of creating a toxic environment, while her supporters say she's a victim of racism and retaliation. The school has dropped from 744 students in 2023 to a projected 569 by 2026. District officials say they're aware and are working to support Kappa's leadership and environment. I'm Juan Arango, and you're up to date with Radio PA.
If you want the highest quality, locally grown fruits and produce nature will allow, and so much more, Tracy's Orchard, 12483 Hollowell Church Road in Greencastle, 717-597-7565. They also have 19 varieties of apples, 18 varieties of peaches, and lots of other fruits and vegetables, all locally grown. There's nothing better than their homemade goods, jams, jellies, pie fillings, ciders, and freshly baked pies made with their products. Tracy's Orchard, stop on by.
Tracy's Orchard, helping to sponsor the programming on WRGG.
From high atop Broadcast House in downtown Greencastle, here's a look at WRGG's local news with Scott Douglas.
Good morning. We got an update for you about Greencastle PD, and if you're an Orioles fan and a crab lover, I got something for you. First, Greencastle Police Department's monthly report for May shows last month GPD responded on a total of 456 calls, including 44 traffic stops, 51 foot patrols, 13 calls to assist EMS, and follow-ups with 34 returned phone calls, and dozens of other police matters. On April 30th, Chief Batistig reports that he and Officer Morrow attended a seminar hosted by the Hagerstown Police Department in partnership with the Maryland Governor's Office of Crime Prevention. The seminar provided valuable insights into public safety and was a beneficial learning opportunity for enhancing community understanding and current issues and strategies in the field. Thank you, Chief Batistig, and all the officers on duty at GPD. Get ready, put that cell phone down if you're driving. Starting next month, the distracted driving law goes into full effect in Pennsylvania. You'll be pulled over if police see you using your cell phone while you're driving and fined $50 for the first offense. Up until then, June 5th, police are just handing out warnings. The distracted driver law, also known as the Paul Miller Law, takes full effect June 5th in Pennsylvania. Greencastle Borough currently hiring for a full-time police officer position through a civil service examination. The written exam will be held May 20th, 10:30. Borough office, contact the Borough Police Department or the Borough office for more information. So, if you're an Orioles fan and a crab lover, the Governor of Maryland just announced that Oriole Park at Camden Yards is now officially True Blue certified. That certification means that crab meat served at the park is Maryland blue crab meat. Better than being Pennsylvania blue crab, right? The True Blue program aims to highlight restaurants and retailers that are using Maryland crabs in their products and dishes, and don't you love it? This is Scott Douglas on 93.7 WRGG. True Blue.
For a quick pick-me-up for one, or to treat the entire team after a big game victory, Mikey's Ice Cream has been a favorite local stop for decades. A delicious sandwich, a light snack, or a refreshing drink always hits a spot when it comes from Mikey's. And your favorite ice cream flavor will taste even better in a Mikey's homemade waffle cone. Always a relaxed family atmosphere, Mikey's Ice Cream and Green Cow Gift Shop, a proud supporter of WRGG, is conveniently located at 179 South Antrim Way, Greencastle.
Here's a look at local sports with John Freeman.
The Blue Devil baseball team picks up a big victory that could send them to the postseason. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Freeman reporting for WRGG Sports, brought to you by the John Allison Public House, 155 South Antrim Way in Greencastle, involved in your local community. Needing a victory to earn a spot in the District 3 postseason tournament, the Blue Devils picked up a 10-0 win at home yesterday over Big Spring. Manny Brookins drove in the game-ending run in the 6th inning as the game was halted due to the mercy rule. The Blue Devils scored a run in every inning of the game as they improved to 10-8 on the season, 8-6 in the Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division. More importantly, the Blue Devils this morning are in the number 14 spot in the PIAA District 3 5A Power Rankings, with the top 14 schools qualifying for the postseason. The Blue Devils do have a game scheduled for later today at Mechanicsburg, weather permitting. Tomorrow is the final day of the regular season for high school baseball in District 3, with the postseason brackets expected to be announced Thursday morning. Elsewhere on the high school scoreboard for Monday, the Chambersburg softball team rolled to an easy 10-0 victory at home over Cedar Cliff. Meanwhile, both the boys and girls lacrosse teams for Chambersburg were defeated by Mechanicsburg. The boys lost 17-7, while the girls dropped a 16-13 decision yesterday to the Wildcats. That's a look at sports for a Tuesday. Have a great day, everyone. I'm John Freeman reporting for WRGG Sports, brought to you by the John Allison Public House, 155 South Antrim Way in Greencastle, involved in your local community.
Hi, JP McCartney, 93.7 WRGG. My show,
JP McCartney, ABC Oldies,
is on every Friday with the best of the 60s, 70s, and more. We've got a Beatles song every hour.
The Beatles!
And the classic countdown, too. Join me, JP McCartney, ABC Oldies, Friday on 93.7 WRGG.
Fridays at 12 a.m. and again at 6 p.m.
WRGG weather.
Now the weather forecast for WRGG. For today, we will have cloudy skies. It will be breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe. Rain may be heavy at times, high around 69. Southeast winds at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy and breezy with rain and scattered thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe, low around 62. East winds at 13 to 23 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with rain and thunderstorms, high around 74. Wednesday night, cloudy with showers and scattered thunderstorms, low around 63. And Thursday, a chance of showers, high around 79. For WRGG, I'm Nowcast meteorologist Jim Vaughn.
Currently 64 degrees, still raining out there as I checked outside to make sure that it was, and it's still coming down. Humidity is still at 93%, still up there. 89 degrees in 2014, the record high today. 29 degrees, 1941, the record low. Average temperatures for today between 49 and 73 degrees. 5:57 in the a.m., that's what time the sun came up. It'll set tonight, 8:17 in the p.m. That'll give us 14 hours and 20 minutes of daylight. Again, 64 degrees at 93.7 WRGG, on the web at WRGG.org. I'm Greg Hoover, Bill Gore with me. You know, it seems like today went really, really quick. And I think, Bill, what the reason was is that during that 7 o'clock hour, we played about 16 minutes of music. I think that was the key to our success today. It went really quick, and that's the reason why.
Well,
so,
all I know is I spent the entire time the chief was here hoping he wouldn't ask to see my green card.
I'm going to remind him next time. A little signs as he comes up. Green card, Bill. Mayor is reporting 1 inch of rain overnight. That's pretty healthy. That's good. It has been raining, and we expect the rain actually tonight, maybe tomorrow. Cloudy with rain and thunderstorms again on Wednesday night. Same thing. So just sit back and enjoy it. Scattered thunderstorms could be severe at times. Who doesn't like a great? I'm not a big thunderstorm guy in the day, but I like it in the night. I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
Right.
All right, very good. Glad you understood that one. So, all right, as we have been doing, we come back at this time and we'll give you the worst story of the day, then tell you something good, then we'll do the birthday club, tell you what we learned, and head on out of here. That's how it's going to be. So here's the worst story of the day. In Portland, Oregon, Alex Van Duyn is baffled by a bizarre occurrence in his neighborhood. Gallons of urine mysteriously appearing in his recycling bin. The puzzling problem began in September when Van Duyn found 6-gallon-sized bottles of urine in his bin, causing the recycle hauler to refuse collection due to biohazardous concerns. Despite Van Duyn's efforts to deter the mystery man by not putting out his bins, the culprit persisted and moved on to using his neighbor's bins instead. Van Duyn captured grainy surveillance footage of a man, but his identity remains unknown. Why?
Was it Howard Hughes?
Yeah.
So he also got his fingernail clippings in there?
It's
That's just weird. Yeah, man.
There's no reason for it, you know?
And if for some weird reason you're obsessed with collecting your urine in containers, then
Keep it for yourself.
Yeah, keep it to yourself or pour it in the grass or something.
Something. Or
it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's a stupid story. I mean, it is a terrible story. I feel bad for the poor guy. So see, now we need to counterbalance that one.
Now, is the guy only doing it like I put my recycling out twice a week?
Yeah.
So, but otherwise, the thing sits in my backyard.
Yeah.
Now, is he going when it's already been put out and putting it in?
I think it's when he puts it out.
Okay,
it's when he does it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why, because he didn't put it out the one week.
Right.
And the guy went to the next one. So.
Right.
By the way, Dave Kipp is on his way.
Nice.
He's going to battle the rain to get here. He has a new boat. So he should be okay. Here's the good news today. This comes from The Guardian of a man who, at his most vulnerable, received commendable kindness from a source all unlooked to. Part of the paper's Kindness of Strangers series from The Guardian, the report tells the story of Richard Munaz, who broke his ankle playing basketball and needed corrective surgery, which left him on crutches. He lives in an urban environment. A typical day in his life involves a lot of walking beyond the door of his flat, where he says there's a park routinely occupied by a group of teenagers. Every day after school, these teenagers would assemble there to smoke cigarettes and make snide remarks at occasionally passerbys. Munaz never got involved, but the route to the corner store was through the park, and though he could order groceries for delivery to his unit, there were times when certain small things were needed for expediency. And it was pursuant to one of such need that he entered the park on his crutches one day, coming home from the corner store with milk, only to see the gaggle of teenagers there. And I never really heard them called gaggles, but there we go. And attempting to pass by...
Well, they're obviously teenage geese.
That's what it has to be, right? Attempting to pass by without rousing them, he heard one call something out to him, the particulars of which Munez did not catch. He tried to ignore them, but his pulse quickened as a few stood up and began approaching him. To his surprise, they came to offer a helping hand with his bags, which he accepted nervously. A lot of people were kind to me during that injury experience, and a few weren't kind at all, but by far the most helpful were these teens. He said, he wrote, through the rest of his recovery, the park loiterers were a constant helping hand, taking his garbage out, letting him cut in front of them in line at the store, and regular asking if he needed a hand with anything. By the end of the experience, he wrote a letter to the school administrators explaining the good deeds of the teenagers and suggesting they be recognized for their kind efforts, though the author admitted he didn't know if the letter had been received. I've been bullied a lot in high school, and the experience helped me to resolve a lot of the residual wariness I had about a group of teenagers. It also showed me that we can't define strangers from the small glimpses we see of them. Even if we see them every day, those teens were more than their stereotype, and I'm grateful for it. So there it is. Good news, bad news type of thing.
Absolutely.
All in one setting. So, according to a survey, Bill, this is hard to believe, not hard to believe, I guess, but the most dreaded day for adults is the day we go to the dentist. Is that for...
Oh, I can see that,
Yeah, I especially dread it because, well, see, my dentist dresses like a clown and works out of a van, so it's a little scary when that occurs. But,
mine, by the way, stopped taking payment in the form of pieces of a cannon.
Yeah, he was good until he didn't get the whole can, and then he got a little upset. Scientists discovered that female dragonflies play dead in order to avoid sex. Huh, they do that too. Huh? Weird that would be. And a lot of times, well, speaking of playing dead, I play dead to ignore this guy.
Club, the birthday club. Everybody celebrates birthday club on WRGG.
Time for the birthday club once again.
1901 for the Witold Pilecki, Polish Army officer and resistance fighter. In 1940, he volunteered to be imprisoned in Auschwitz so that he could gather information.
That's pretty amazing.
Oh, I know.
That's pretty
I was
amazing.
telling my kids about him on the ride back from Lynchburg, and I said, he's just one of my favorite people from history.
Yeah.
The fact that you would do that. Yeah,
amazing, yeah.
He volunteered to be, so he could gather information about the Holocaust, pass it on to the Western Allies. In 1943, he escaped. He rejoined the Polish Home Army and participated in the Warsaw Uprising. In 1948, he was executed by the communist authorities in Poland. 1914 saw the birth of Joe Louis, American professional boxer nicknamed the Brown Bomber, who competed from 1934 to 1951. He reigned as the world heavyweight champion from 1937 until 1949, the longest reign as champion in the history of boxing. He records 25 consecutive title defenses, a record for all weight classes. B. Arthur born on this day in 1922 as Bernice Frankel. American actress, comedian, known for the television shows All in the Family, Maude, and Golden Girls. She won the 1966 Tony Award for Best Featured Actress in a Musical for playing Vera Charles in Mame, a role she also performed in the film version. During World War II, she enlisted as one of the first members of the United States Marine Corps Women's Reserve. She served primarily as a truck driver, attaining the rank of Staff Sergeant. Herbert Ross, born on this day in 1927, American actor, choreographer, director, and producer, whose films include Goodbye, Mr. Chips, Played Against Sam, The Last of Sheila, Funny Lady, The Sunshine Boys, The 7% Solution, The Turning Point, The Goodbye Girl, California Suite, Footloose, The Secret of My Success, and Steel Magnolias. After his first wife, Nora, died, he married Lee Rathwell.
It was a deep breath I needed to take.
That's right.
Right over the microphone. I'm good now.
1941 saw the birth of Richie Valens, born Richard Stephen Valenzuela, American singer, songwriter, and guitarist, known for songs such as La Bamba, Donna, and Come On, Let's Go. On February 3rd, 1959, Valens died in a plane crash in Iowa, along with Buddy Holly, J.P. Richardson, and the pilot Roger Peterson. In 2001, Valens was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mary Wells, born on this day in 1943, American singer and founding member of the Supremes. Her solo recordings include The One Who Really Loves You, Two Lovers, You Beat Me to the Punch, and My Guy, which was inducted in the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1999. Smokey Robinson gave the eulogy at her funeral. Stevie Wonder, born on this day in 1950 as Stevland Hardaway Morris, American singer, songwriter, musician, and record producer, known for songs such as Superstition, Uptight, Everything's All Right, and Fingertips, which was the #1 song when he was 13 years old. Wonder has been inducted into the Rhythm Blues Music Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Songwriters Hall of Fame. Darius Rucker, born on this day in 1966, American singer, musician, and songwriter who first gained fame as the lead singer and rhythm guitarist for Hootie and the Blowfish. The members of the band met while they were students at the University of South Carolina. Their songs include Hold My Hand and Let Her Cry. Rucker's solo recordings include Don't Think I Don't Think About It, All Right, and a cover of Wagon Wheel. Samantha Morton, born on this day in 1977, English actress and director, known for films such as Emma, Jane Eyre, Sweet and Lowdown, In America, Minority Report, Elizabeth the Golden Age, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Her television work includes The Walking Dead. And Robert Pattinson was born on this day in 1986, English actor, best known for playing Edward Cullen in the Twilight series of films. His other movies include Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Remember Me, Cosmopolis, The Lost City of Z, The Lighthouse, Tenet, and The Batman. But, Greg, I think you have the real celebrity birthdays for us.
I do. Dave Barry with a birthday today. Linda Alter with a birthday today. Becky Adams is celebrating here on the 13th, as well as Rodney Lucas. We just found out from Chief Batista that Larry Faith has a birthday today.
Yes, indeed.
Now, of course, he is president of Borough Council, as the chief knows him. We just know him as the Tasty Cake Fairy.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to you. And a special one for me, Christian Hoover, turning 34 today. It's hard to believe. I know what you're saying out there. Greg, you have a child that old, 34, huh? It's hard to believe.
Oh, man, yeah,
no, it's
young.
not. It's not. But anyway, that's happy birthday to him as well. And so if you have a birthday you want to celebrate, get the information into us, studio at WRGG.org. It's or just go to our webpage. That's the easiest way. And fill out the information. That's at WRGG.org as well. One piece of this is sad news here, Bill, at least for me, as I look at it. It is a study from the University of Virginia. They found out that obese people do not necessarily have an advantage in car accidents. Darn.
Oh, man.
I was hoping I was going for that.
Yeah, get extra padding.
Well, dear, this helps protect in case there's...
That's why you changed over to a truck.
Yeah, that's right. Make it more safer, yeah.
Exactly.
Extra padding, was conducted to disprove the notion that extra padding helps to protect people against severe trauma. In fact, obese test subjects reportedly had greater maximum forward pitch and ran the risk of experiencing greater damage to their ribs and lungs. Well, there's a highlight for today.
Man.
So, sorry to say, that's just the way it is. But, well, I don't know what else to say about that.
What else can you say?
I can't. And with that in mind, let's finish this up.
Hey, what do you say? What did you learn
On the morning show
today when Greg Hoover points your way? What will you say?
All right, right, Bill, we turn it over to you. I'm pointing your way. You tell me. You tell me what you learned today.
I'm just adding one. Let's see. We all learned a lot from the police chief, especially with trainings, and I love the implementation of foot patrols. Also learned about our favorite songs, always a favorite topic. I can't believe we're already down to like number 3 next week.
Yeah.
My goodness. Guinness, as we learned before, will give away world records for pretty much anything. I do not want to be a waiter in Serbia.
No.
You can ride a horse to school in Montana.
And then the principal has to take care of it.
Yes, indeed. Octopi use roofies.
Yeah.
They let blind guys go throw axes in Tennessee.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's pretty low standards for that Renaissance fair. Also, I noticed in the pictures, Jason, Carrie, the only people wearing costumes.
I did not notice that.
No one told the other attendees. Let's see. Let's see. If you bury your money, put it in a Ziploc bag or a mason jar or something. You do not try to pay off a drug debt with pieces of a cannon.
Nope.
And
you wonder why the guy got mad at him.
Exactly.
Well, you're mad about him. I'm paying you back.
And it turns out, who would have known? Urine is not considered a recyclable. And I finished with a question. Could my wife be part dragonfly?
I'm going to let that go just as that.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know that I have a whole lot more than that. You covered them all. You had a big list today.
There was a lot to get through in the show.
It was.
See,
it was.
Well, the quality of the programming, Greg.
Well, it's equal to the amount we learned. Yes, there we go. That's your wife texting you right now.
That was actually Stan Flanner.
Oh, was it?
He's good to join us.
All
Yes,
right,
indeed.
very good. Stan will be. I don't like to use special guests
No.
He's not special and he's not really a guest. So he'll be with us the Friday of the June 13th, as a matter of fact. He'll be here to talk about the car show, big car show they do every year out at Antrim Church. And he'll clue us in on that, give us the date and all things happening with that one. So, well, Dave Kipp's coming up. He'll be here in just a few moments. He has the best hits of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Along with that, number 1 blast from the past and the mystery oldie of the day. And salute to the hometown heroes. It's all coming up. Tuesdays with Dave. Sounds like a book, doesn't it, or a movie? Tuesdays with Dave.
Tuesdays with Maury. Yeah, Tuesdays with Dave. I can see that.
Yeah, so he'll be here.
I read that movie.
I read that movie too. I love that movie, as a matter of fact. So, and tonight it's On Track with Mike, the area's only show that keeps you informed with what's happening in the world of auto racing. Tonight at 6 o'clock right here at 93.7 WRGG. Well, we are going to get on out of here, hit the road. Can I cue the music? Here we go, Maestro. Here we go. There we go. It is time for us to head on out of here. Get on down the road, all that good stuff. It is the morning show, something we do 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Monday through Saturday, 6 days a week. Hard to believe, isn't it? But yet we do. They clamor for more. Wait till we put the Sunday edition in.
Oh, absolutely. They'll be clamoring for less.
Yes, as they already are right now. I'd like to thank Bill Gore, of course, as always. Chris Palladino, Jason Kabler, the Zoom Brother Boys group, whatever it is. Chief Jason Batistic. I don't know why I struggle with that. I know the name. Lisa Parsons, Ben Thomas, we heard from them today as well. Scott Douglas, John Freeman, Jim Vaughn, Michael Kastner, and Juan Hernandez making up the biggest news team here in the area, right here at 93.7 WRGG. Enjoy the rain. Yeah, enjoy the rain. There'll be brighter days coming up. Trust me on that one. But we need the rain and all that good stuff. But most importantly, you be safe out there, okay?
Morning Show on WRGG.
The opinions expressed on this program or any program broadcast on this station are not necessarily the opinion of the management of WRGG. We respect the right of free speech and the diverse opinions of others. WRGG is a nonprofit radio station, depending on the contributions of our underwriters as well